All right, this is my third attempt to review all of the Kingdom cards, and that is 239 cards to review here. So this is going to be a long video, but that's okay. The 4 cards you see above there are cards that are not in this binder. I just pulled them from my decks, and I can, I'll talk about them when we get to them. So the way I'm going to do this, I've already done, or already reviewed Phoenix cards, all the Phoenix cards, and all of the Chameleon cards. I will put links to those videos in the description below so that you can watch those as well. Some of these cards are not Kingdom. As you see, Jormungandr is limited. I'm not concerned with getting all of the cards from Premier, Limited, and Kingdom. I'm just interested in having one of each of the cards. So some of these cards will not be from Kingdom, but they are, you know, from the original cards. All right, so the way I'm going to do this, and I'd love to hear feedback from anyone who'd like to comment, whether you agree or disagree with anything I say. I would love to get feedback because I might be wrong on some of my opinions on this, and I'd like to hear, if I am, why you think I am, and you could be right. So that's the other reason I'm doing this. I'm trying to see what people think of my ideas. But I'm going to give you an overall general rating, not a specific rating, but in general what I think of the card. Is it great? Is it good? Is it just kind of average? Is it weak? Or is it bad? That's kind of like a 1 to 5 right there. But I'm not really going to offer a number grade or anything like that. I'm just going to tell you my opinion, both for the limited format and the constructed format. They are different. The limited format is where you open up a starter deck, or maybe 2, and some booster packs, and you build a deck from that, and all the cards that you don't use are your sideboard, and that's a really fun way to play Wyvern. We're trying to do that. Haven't been able to get the 4 of us together yet to make that happen, but we'll see. Maybe it'll happen at some point. I am also play testing alternate rules of this game using these cards. I haven't done it with Phoenix and Chameleon, though in my review, I gave some alternate ways of how I might play those cards as far as lowering the gold cost or increasing the gold cost, changes to the card itself. And I will, as each of those cards come up, I will tell you what we are trying and how we are play testing. And basically, in general, the play testing has been going pretty good. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily better. It is more powerful. The game is more powerful, maybe too much so. That's the question. But overall, it's been I've been pleased with the results so far. But it is being play tested, and it's a lot of fun to play test cards, to play them differently. For instance, the card Wyvern in our alternate rules only costs 3 gold. Now why? Just for fun, because it's Wyvern. I don't lower all the other dragons. Like I'm not lowering that one to 2, I'm not lowering that one to 6, or that, you know, but I am lowering the cost of some dragons. And because it's Wyvern, we said, okay, let's just say Wyvern only costs 3. That makes Wyverns kind of special, doesn't it? Okay, sounds good. So that's what we're doing, and I like it. Wyvern is a great card in limited. It's okay in constructed. I think it's in my Flyers deck, so that's a constructed deck, and I think it's in my Big Dragons deck. It might not be. Remember, for those of you who don't know, all dragons of 2 or less strength are considered little dragons. All dragons of 4 or more strength are considered big dragons. And so those 3 strength dragons are like right in the middle. They're good, solid dragons. They're neither considered big or little, but they are solid. And I think there are more 3 strength dragons than any other. I think 2 and 3 are the most common in the game. 2 strength and 3 strength. So Wyvern is good, excellent in limited. Always play them in limited. So that's pretty much that. With Amphitheater, this card is great in any format. A Flying Scout for 0 is perfect. It's one of the best scouts in the game. I would rank it 4th or 5th best if I had to rank it, somewhere around there. I'm getting that light flare. Let me see if I need to turn that off. No, that's not it. Huh. I guess that's just the way the light is hitting. All right. Don't know what to do about that. Okay, so I really love Amphitheater. I think it's a great card. Let me bring this down a little bit. And can't recommend you play this enough. This is the scout you want. You can sit in the back row and attack. Wouldn't change a thing. And my other changes I'm going to be commenting on are, if I were somehow ever able to create Wyvern 2nd edition, I will let you know what that would be. It's pretty much what I'm doing in my alternate rules where I'm playtesting. I don't think there's going to be much difference. But I wish that there was a way to make a 2nd edition of this game. I think it would be a lot of fun. I talk about that in my other videos, so my other reviews. All right, Lindworm. We have a 0 strength dragon for 1 gold. That's ridiculously terrible. Right? Lose 1 battle without dying. Loses 1 battle without dying. So that more than justifies the cost of the gold piece. If you're going to put a gold piece on the dragon, the ability has to be good. If it's mediocre ability, I'm kind of iffy. Should that gold piece be there or not? If it's an ability that almost never comes up, it shouldn't be there, and I would remove it. That's my general rule. I could see somebody adding another gold to this and it could still be effective. I think 1 gold is right, though. You just sit back, you let your opponent attack it, then they don't die, and then on your turn you swap it out. That's the general rule, because you don't want to lose the battle position. You could attack with this, because if you hit a terrain, for the most part, so what? Unless it kills it, unless it hits a killer terrain, you don't care if there's a -1 strength modifier on it or whatever the restrictions the terrain gives to it. You're not too concerned about it. So you could attack just to do it, and then on your turn, on their turn, they can attack and it can die. It can lose a battle without dying. And if it runs into a dragon and you attacked, it loses the battle without dying, and they're probably going to kill it on their turn, but that's still better. But the ideal is to just sit there and just don't do anything. So Lindworm, fine in limited. I would play it in limited, and it is absolutely makes most constructed decks because it's worth it, what it does. All right, Gwivir, 2 strength dragon for 2. This is a weak dragon, both in the fact that it's little and in the fact that it has no abilities. It is not an effective dragon. This will probably never make my limited deck. It's just not good enough. So let's make it a little better. I would lower the cost of this to 1 gold. Gwivir only costs 1. Now you say, well, that's really cheap. Yeah, but it's just a 2 strength dragon. And in our playtesting, we lowered it to 1, and it is not, there's nothing, I'm not seeing anything wrong with it. It's still a weak dragon. It really doesn't do much. Not going to make it. Maybe it makes my little dragons deck, but I don't even think it makes my little dragons deck. I think there's too many dragons that are good enough, but it could be in there. There's a chance, but that's it. I wouldn't play it in limited. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you have 1 Gwivir in your deck. It's a 2 strike dragon. He could win, but he's weak. Not worth it. Jormungandr, on the other hand, is tied for the biggest base strength of any dragon in the game. 7 is absurd, very expensive though, going to take a lot of your gold. He is in my big dragons deck, and he is in my big gold help deck where I get help with big dragons, Dwarven Legion for huge amounts of gold, potentially huge amounts of gold, bringing in 2, 3, 4 dragons into a battle. It's crazy. Can generate a lot of gold, and it's a wild deck. In limited, this guy's amazing. You want to open him. He's rare. You probably won't, but he's great. And in constructed, he's okay. Certain decks, like a big dragons deck, sure, you put him in that. And my big gold help deck, that's what I call it. It's fine. It's really good. Tarask is just an average dragon, decent, because he's a 3 strength as opposed to 2, so he's a little better. But no ability. Overall, just mediocre, not bad. Playable in limited, not playable in constructed. I don't think he's in any of my constructed decks, not one, because there's just no reason to play him. He's not effective in any way. But for limited, he's fine. Perfectly fine. Wouldn't change a thing in my play testing. I don't think so. There's no reason to lower his cost to 2. You could if you wanted to, but I wouldn't. Vitra, though, now we have a 3 strike dragon for 4, What's the ability? Flying dragons lose 2 strength for the rest of the battle. That's relevant. Flying dragons are not the most common, but there are a decent amount of them. That is a relevant ability. 4 gold is right. 3 would be too low for that ability. That wouldn't really make a lot of sense. So very good dragon. No clue why he has wings and why he's flying in the picture, since he's not a flying dragon. It's like they got the wrong art for certain dragons. They got them mixed up. But Vitra, play him in limited, could make a constructed deck. I'm not really sure about that. Maybe possible sideboard card that might be worth doing. Fafnir was not a very good dragon, because Dwarven armies, there's just, one Dwarven army in the game, and he's a 2-strength dragon for 2, which is no better than Guivir, and the ability is only relevant if your opponent is playing Dwarven armies, and he might play 2 Dwarven armies and 2 fire breathing, and you might play 2 Dwarven armies and 2 fire breathing. It's not that good of a dragon. Now there's 4 Dwarven armies in the game, so now Fafnir's a little better. He's a little more playable in that sense, but not really. He's just, but you can't, I don't think you could lower his cost to 1, because Dwarven armies are common and they are played in limited. So it does take away something from your opponent. Ideally, you play 0 or 1 Dwarven armies in your deck. That's what I would do if I'm running Fafnir. And I probably would just do that as a sideboard option if I see my opponent playing more than 1 Dwarven army. So weak dragon, mediocre, okay, but not much. Pakwajak, exactly the same, except there is only 1 fire breathing in the game, so Pakwajak is not as good as Fafnir. But in a limited game, it's about the same. I would absolutely make 3 more fire breathing to bring him even with Fafnir. So in my Wyvern 2nd edition, I would design 3 more fire-breathing strength modifiers, just like they designed 3 more Dwarven armies. Great stuff. Love the Dwarven armies that they added. So, for those cards. All right. Mogre. Mogre is probably the best scout in the game, Mogre or Grendel. Neither one flies, even though Mogre has wings and Grendel's in the air. Go figure. But he used to cost 1 gold, so they raised it to 2 because he's so darn powerful. Being able to take out 2 terrains in 1 turn is absurd. Unlikely, but possible. I had it happen to me. My opponent took out 2 of my terrains. It just devastated. Totally switched the game around. If he hits a terrain, he gets to attack again. He can only attack, Mogre can only attack cards 1 card away from that card and only in the front row. So if there's only 1 other card in the front row, it's the other end of the front row, he can't attack anything. He can't do it. This book will give you updated information about stuff like that. It says right in this book, he cannot attack a card in the back row. So very specifically laid out. All right, Mogre is great. Play him in limited, play him in constructed. Great card. All around. Tiamat, very good dragon. Tarask is just kind of okay, not bad. The 3-strength flyer makes all the difference. He can sit in the back row and attack, or he can attack their back row. Versatility matters in this game. Tiamat is not great. He's decent. He's pretty good. Play him in limited, absolutely. Probably not good enough in constructed, maybe in your Flyers deck. That's about the only deck I could see playing Tiamat. But other than that, he's a perfectly fine dragon, and I like that he's in the game. Kolchis is one of the worst dragons in the game. He's completely useless for the most part. 1-strength dragon only costs you 1 gold, but he's useless. He's bad. He can't do anything. So let's make him a little better for Wyvern 2nd edition and make him free. Now you get a 1-strength dragon for 0. He's still bad. He's still not worth playing, and I'm probably still not going to play him, but at least he's free. That's a little better. But instead of doing that, let's leave it at 1 and go, Kolchis is the dragon that guards the Golden Fleece. Hopefully you all know what the Golden Fleece is. We'll get to it. Golden Fleece costs 3 gold. How about we say your Golden Fleece costs 1 less gold to play? You could even go 2 less gold to play. I wouldn't go 3 less gold. I wouldn't make it free, but 1 or 2 less gold. Now you have a reason to play Colchis because you're going to play, because you've opened Golden Fleece. Let's just say you've opened Golden Fleece in your deck, in your packs. Heck, I'm going to bring in Colchis because it'll cost 1 or 2 less gold, whatever we decide the rule will be. And I would also say, since he guards it, Golden Fleece can't be removed if Colchis is in the row. Now, in a constructed deck, I'm going to play 4 Golden Fleece, and I'm going to play Colchis, but that's not enough to build a deck around. You can't build a deck around 1 dragon, but I would include, if I'm going to use Golden Fleece, I'm going to play Colchis. Now Colchis has a place in the game, and he's a playable card. Still nothing great, but make him utilize his ability with Golden Fleece, and now he has a purpose, and he feels better about himself. He's a much happier dragon, and that's important, you know. All right, Griffin. Almost as bad as Colchis. Oh, I can fly. Yeah, and you're a 1-strength dragon. You suck. You're only cost 1. Yay, but you're just too darn weak. Just not good enough. Make him free. A 1-strength flyer for free. You know, just okay. Still not very good. You could maybe give him a minor ability, come up with something, but don't play Colchis or Griffin in limited. Don't do it. Don't put him in your, he's not in my Little Dragons deck. No way. Neither of them. Maybe in my when I write second edition. Yeah, if only that would happen. All right, Leviathan. Great in limited, big fat dragon. Gonna stomp on everybody. Okay, and constructed in your big dragons deck, sure. You could do something like that. My big gold help deck, sure. But otherwise, no. I'm not playing Leviathan anywhere because he doesn't have any abilities. He's just a big dumb dragon. And I shouldn't call him dumb. I'm hurting his feelings. That's sad. That's very inappropriate of me to criticize the dragon. You're a very smart dragon, Leviathan. Anyway. All right, I'll stop. But play him in limited. Great dragon in limited. Oh, and look, he doesn't have wings. He doesn't fly, and they didn't give him wings. They did it right. Basilisk, in my opinion, is one of the best dragons in the game simply because he will kill any face-up dragon that's in the front row just by attacking it. Now, Basilisk dies too, so he's not overpowered. Yet I say he is one of the most powerful cards in the game, and I love the updated wording on the Kingdom card. It makes it very, very clear what you can and cannot do. There are no winners or losers. There are no battle actions you can play. They worded it right, I think. I don't think there's a way to make it better than this. And there's no winners of the battle. That's the key thing. But I love that he kills himself. It's a fair card because I lose a battle position too. You can't say it's overpowered, and yet it kind of is overpowered, but not really. But it takes out native terrain dragons in the front row, any powerful dragon in the front row. Basilisk is just going to take him out. And now with interceptors wreck Basilisk. Because now the Basilisk hits the interceptor and they both die, and that's the end of that. So that's the one weakness that Basilisk has now, thanks to the interceptor. But play this in limited, absolutely. Put it in the back row. You don't want your opponent attacking it. You move it up and attack when you see an opening with a dragon that you want to take out. It is really a better card for constructed, but I would play it in limited. It's worth playing. It's worth trying it. So the weakest scout in the game is a non-flying scout that has no abilities, and I will gladly play it. Unless I have better scouts, I'm going to play this in limited. It's perfectly fine. It will make it. It's in my scout deck, my constructed scout deck. Most constructed decks it will not make because there are enough scouts that are better. And there's just no reason to play Typhon. But all scouts are playable and good in limited game, and some of them are good in constructed. In a scout deck, I got a whole bunch of scouts. I got like 10 scouts in that deck, 10 or 11. All right. My alternate rules are coming up here. Echidna. So 3-strength dragon. Got a gold piece. So what's the ability? If she wins a battle, you may turn any face-up dragon face down. That's good. In limited, that's very good because it protects against Dragon Slayer. She can turn herself down, and now you can't slay her. Relevant ability, so the gold piece is justified. However, I would talk, at least discuss, should we get rid of this and just make Echidna a 3? Three strength dragon for 3 gold. Now it's good. It's got a relevant ability, but it's not like a really good ability. Turning the dragon face down can be relevant, and it can mean nothing. It just depends on the circumstances of the game. So I am not opposed to lowering that. In our play testing, we are playing this as a 3-strength dragon, and it's been proved to be just fine as a 3-strength dragon for 3. So I like it. But I play this in limited. Absolutely, I would usually play this in limited because of that protection from Dragon Slayers. Dragon Slayers are very powerful in the limited game. Not as much in the constructed, but they can be. They can still be good. So, the championship deck in the first season of Wyvern played Chimera. We called it Chimera because CHI, we just pronounced it Chi, and it's a D&D monster called a Chimera, but it's a Chimera. I didn't know that. So it attacks at strength 1 from face down. So that's why there's a gold piece, but I find that odd because here's a guy that attacks at strength 2. He's a 1-strength dragon, and he doesn't have a gold piece. He just cost 1. Why has this one got a gold piece? Well, it's a scout, so it's a little more powerful. And the guy who won the tournament, Heggie, put this in his deck. I was really surprised to see it. I'm like, why would you play this? There's better scouts than this. I guess that 1 strength was relevant. Every little point matters. So yeah, it's relevant, but is it worth the gold? I don't think it is. I would remove the gold for Wyvern 2nd edition. I removed it in our play testing. I do not find it to be overpowerful at all. It's still not one of the best scouts in the game. But it's better because it now attacks at 1 strength from face down. And that's better than 0. But that's it. That's not worth a gold to me. But, it made the deck, so maybe I'm wrong about that. So play this in your limited. I don't think it makes any of it. Makes my Cauldron deck where I'm turning it face down and attacking with 1 strength. It is in that deck. That's about it, though. I don't think it's in anything else. All right, Ozzy Dahaka. Wyvern is a 2-strength non-flying dragon for 2. Ozzy Dahaka is a 2-strength flying dragon for 2, and that makes all the difference. I love Ozzy Dahaka. It is a decent dragon in limited. Not great, but not bad. It is efficiency. Excellent, efficient dragon. 2 gold for 2-strength flying. Efficient, just like Tiamat. And I would play Tiamat over Ozzy, but Ozzy is good. Again, not great. So play him in limited. I would, unless I have enough better dragons. And he is in my flying deck. Flying deck and my little dragons deck. I think he makes all of them. Ozzy Dahaka, one of the coolest looking dragons in the game, and one of the most efficient dragons in the game. Really, really nice. Now, he breathes fire, poison, and hypnotic gas, so maybe for 2nd edition Wyvern, we'd look into that and go, gee, if only I could design 2nd edition. That would be a dream job of mine. Oh my God, to come up with abilities for Ozzy Dahaka and maybe add 1 or 2 gold pieces to the cost of it. Who knows? So now, here is a bad dragon in the game. 1-strength dragon, buddy, attacks at 2 strength from face down, so that's good. You get a 2-strength dragon for 1. That's good, but it's not powerful. But he's 0 strength when attacking from face up. So now he defends at 1 and attacks at 0. So in limited, don't play this guy. He's no good. The only deck that I think he's playable in, and only playable, is the Cauldron deck, where you can turn him down and keep attacking at 2, but he defends at 1, which is weak. I would get rid of the 0 strength when attacking from face up. I would remove that from this dragon. I'm not going to remove that penalty from most face up, face down dragons like this. This one, I'm removing it because it doesn't need the negative. He's not good enough to have a negative. That's my problem with this. I'm glad they didn't include the gold symbol. But no, this is not a card that I'm playing. I don't play it in limited, and I don't even think it's in my Cauldron deck. It might be. There's a chance. Long Wong is an interesting dragon. I like the design. I love how they took these cards that attack or defend from face down, and interesting. And then there's like a negative to counter it. Well, now this one defends at 3 strength from face up. So he's got to be up for the bonus. So if I attack or you attack me, it's a 2 when he's face down. And it's so hard. You got to keep track of these, and your brain is going to get scrambled when you see all these different ways of doing this. You're going to forget which one does which. So when you attack me and he's face down, he's a 2. He defends at strength 3 from face up. He attacks at strength 1 from face up. So when he's up, he's a 3 on defense and a 1 on offense. That's bad, but I like the 3 on defense that I only paid 2 gold for. That's a good rate. And when he's face down, he's a 2. He's a 2 when he's face down. That's all you need to remember. And that's fine. Not a great dragon. He's decent, okay, kind of in limited. He's only going to make my, maybe make my deck where I want dragons face up. He's probably not in my Cauldron deck because I want him face up, so he won't make my Cauldron deck. But I have a face up deck, and he might be in it. I'm looking for it right now. See, I just say face up, and that's my deck in here, and I don't need to look it up right now. He might be in there. I know he was at one point, but I may have taken him out. But, I like the idea of the dragon. Very nice. I don't think there's anything to change for it because I don't mind these penalties. They're okay. Now, Kakutan is in my Cauldron deck. Absolutely. He defends at strength 4 from face down and attacks at 2 strength from face down. So he's a 3. Face down, see, this gets tricky. I have to reread it. He's either a 4 on defense, a 2 on offense, so a little weaker on offense. So I kind of want him up to attack with him, so he's a 3, because otherwise he's just a 2, which is not good because I'm paying 3 gold for him. But he sits there, you attack, I flip him up, I get a 4 strength dragon for 3. Good rate, nice dragon. Playable and limited. Only in the, I think only in the Cauldron deck for constructed, and I don't think there's any reason to change it. I think the penalty is acceptable. The weakness is acceptable. Same with this card, Scylla, big old 4 strength dragon that defends at 5. So it's the same. He defends at 4. He defends at 5. Excellent card. But now it changes from face down. No, he's 5 at face down and attacks. Or is it the same? No, an attack, this is where your brain starts to get scrambled, and attacks at 3 strength from face up, and attacks at 2 strength from face down. And you're going to get confused when you have both of these guys in play. So this guy, you want to sit there and you want him down, but you don't want him up because then he's just attacking at a 3. So you want to keep turning him down with the Cauldron. That way he can attack as a 4, and then you turn him back down. And on defense, he's a 5 from face down, or he's just a 4 from face down, which is fine. So Scylla, very good and limited. Playable in the Cauldron deck, I think, is the only place where you're going to play him. I think that's the only place relevant. So, but otherwise, very good dragon. Vouvry, at least that's how I pronounce him. Now, here we go with the gold piece. Does his ability merit the 1 extra gold? Let's see. Yes, it does. Duh. He may get help from a dragon 1 card away from him. In this battle, flyers may come from anywhere. Just a real quick point for 2nd edition, I would say that 1 card away means to the left or to the right or above or below the dragon, not diagonally. I would remove that because there's only 3 columns in each row. So the diagonal, if you're in the middle, that's every card. That's just, I don't see the reason to say even diagonally. So I would remove that in 2nd edition Wyvern. This card is great. Play it in limited, and it's in your help deck. Absolutely, it's in your help deck. And that's pretty much it. But you could play him in any deck because he can get help from a dragon. So, it's 2 for 3, which is not very good rate. That's expensive for a 2 strength dragon. But still, really, really worth it. All right, let's talk. Thuhan. Thuhan is rare. Keep that in mind, okay? 1 strength dragon for 2. That's bad. I'd rather have a 2-strength dragon for 3 that's not twice as much as what he is. Twice as much would be 4. So 1 strength for 2 is bad. Gains +1 strength with each one battle. And I went, oh, wow, that's really good. Well, okay, so you got to win a battle with your strength 1 dragon. That's hard. Just ask Colchis. So no good, and you've paid 2 gold. But let's say you win a battle, and now he's a 2. So now he's Gwivir. He's Gwivir, and he's him. That's what you've become. But, if you win another battle, you'll get him up to a 3, but he's got to win another battle. And then finally, he's Tarask. This is a rare card. Get rid of the gold piece, and I like this card. That is not too powerful. You say, oh, but it's better than Colchis. It should be better than Colchis. It's a rare card. A 1-strength dragon that gains 1 strength with each one battle. As it is, I'm not playing this in limited. I won't do it unless I really feel very good about my chances of winning battles. If I think I can get them up to a 3 because I've got lots of, really good ways to fight, sure, maybe because you can get them up to maybe even a 4, and then you got something. But I wouldn't take that gold away. I don't see any point with it. But maybe I'm wrong, and maybe someone will let me know if they disagree and why you think I'm wrong about that. I'm open to the possibility that I'm wrong. That's what I would propose in my design of 2nd edition Wyvern. If only that should happen one day. Amphisbaena is incredible, just like Jormungandr, one of the biggest dragons in the game. He is rare, so you probably won't open him for limited. But if you do play him, absolutely play him. He is great. He will just bash dragons to bits. Now, there are killer terrains that kill him, but Frozen Lake, I think, is the only one that kills him. Great card. In Constructed, he's probably in my big dragons deck, and he absolutely is in my big gold help deck. I want big dragons. I don't care if they have abilities or not. But that's it. I'm not playing him in a normal Constructed deck because he's just a big 6-strength dragon. And that's a lot of gold, and I don't want to run out of gold. So you don't want to play too many big dragons in your limited deck. That's another problem. So while Vouvry is a 2-strength for 3, Phrygian is better. 3-strength for 4 with the exact same ability. Phrygian is great. Play it in limited. Play it in your help deck. Any deck. You can play this in any deck. 3-strength dragon for 4 that can get help 1 card away. The gold cost is totally justified. And then we go to one of the best dragons in the game, Sino Prosopi, a 4-strength for 5. The ratio is getting better and better. This is as far as we go, though. This is the last one that can gain help. Sino is amazing. He's in my big dragon deck. He's in my Constructed deck built around red. He's in my big gold help deck. He's in at least 3, maybe 4 Constructed decks because he's just a great dragon. Expensive, but great. Play him in limited. Awesome card. Draco used to cost 1 gold. This card is absurd, and thankfully they said, oh, we better add another gold. So now he's a 3-strength for 5, which is bad, but his ability is insane. Once he attacks, he must continue to attack during that same turn until he dies or discovers a terrain. So I forget what one of the things was on this. As long as you can keep him alive. If you can cancel the battle with Night or keep him alive with Golden Apple or Fountain of Youth, you can attack again. Now, you better have a way to win the battle. If the dragon that you were just losing to, you don't have a way to beat it and there's no other dragon you can attack, well, there's no point. There's no point in saving him because he can't win that battle. So let's say it's a 5-strength dragon and you have no way to beat it, and there's no other dragon you can attack, there's no point in saving him. But otherwise, you save him and then try a different dragon. Let's attack that card over there. You just keep going. This card is devastating. One of the most powerful dragons in the game. In limited, he's good, but he's not necessarily amazing because that 5 for 3 is a bad rate. But he can be effective. I would probably play him in my limited deck. It depends on what cards I have. If I have Golden Apples and Fountains of Youth and Night, oh, absolutely, we're playing Draco. No doubt about it. If I get 1 or 2 of those cards. Shapeshifter, what a neat design. 3-strength dragon for 3. If he attacks whatever dragon he attacks, or whatever dragon attacks him, he takes on the base strength of that dragon, attacking or defending. So there's a 7 strength dragon on the table. I attack it. I'm now winning 7-7. A 7 strength dragon attacks him. I flip him up. They attack my face down card. It's a shapeshifter. It's now 7-7. They're winning. So I'm always losing on defense, always winning on offense. Maybe Golden Grasshopper works a little bit with Shapeshifter. Probably not, but at least you're with Golden Grasshopper. Now the battle is tied, and Golden Grasshopper says I'm winning. The only time I might consider playing Golden Grasshopper, that's from the Phoenix set, so you can see what I talk about in that review. So overall, Shapeshifter, great card, totally worth it. Play it in limited because it makes the battle a tie, and all you have to do is win that battle. And it's pretty even, and you're always ahead when you're attacking. So really, really good dragon. I wouldn't say like top of the dragons. Like I would take these guys over Shapeshifter, but in limited, I might take Shapeshifter over Draco. In constructed, I'm taking Draco and Cynoprosope regardless. So really good card though. All right, now Moat. -2 strength modifier, and you get 2 gold, but it doesn't affect flying dragon. So if a flying dragon hits the moat is destroyed. Ouch. I will not play Moat if we are playing that rule. I changed that rule a long time ago. The moat just gets swapped out. If it doesn't apply, it gets swapped out. Now I'm playing Moat. Now Moat is really good. That is my rule for terrains. The game plays much better, in my opinion. It's much better this way. I haven't yet to have anyone say they don't like that rule change. Everybody who's commented about it said, I like your rule change. I like that. Because now these are playable terrains. It's not worth playing this card because it could get destroyed by a flying. Any flying dragon will destroy it. It's effectively a scout. The 2 gold is great. -2 is great. Now, in my play testing, I decided to pump up terrains. All terrains in my playtest, the playtesting. It's not what I'm saying what I would necessarily do in second edition. We're playtesting to see. But all terrains now have a -1 strength modifier in addition to anything that's on the terrain, and 1 gold in addition to any gold that's on the terrain. So this now, in my playtest game, would be -3 and have 3 gold. That's really good. And if a flying dragon hits it, it's swapped out. So nothing happens. So I'm going to do that in every case. So here we see no modifier. So in my play test, and then I have 1 or 2 videos of us play testing like this. Vines would say strength modifier -1. Notice that vines affect flying dragons only. Well, now it says strength modifier -1. Yeah, it still would only affect flying dragons. But now you get 3 gold. And you get -1, and no battle action cards can be played in a battle this dragon is a part of. It affects flying dragons only. So I put vines in the back row. In the regular game of Wyvern, with the rules as is, or with my swap out rule, either way, I'm playing vines and I'm putting it in the back row. Because the only thing that can hit vines other than a flyer while it's in the back row is a subterranean dragon with subterranean tunnels, which is rare, and a dragon, a non-flying dragon, or any dragon with subterranean river attached to it. That can hit vines. And of course, scouts can destroy it, of course. But vines is good. No battle action cards can be played. It's like a built-in Marduk. The problem with vines is now if their dragon who has vines on it is let's say a 3-strength dragon, and I've got a 3-strength dragon, they just attack and they win because no battle action cards can be played in a battle. It should say you can't play any battle action cards. If I can't play any battle action cards, I'm not playing vines. I don't know if that's a miswording. Actually, let me just look up the wording, because if I can't play battle action cards, I'm never playing vines. Let me see what the Insider's Guide says about this. Yeah, I'm not playing vines. However, I could still play it because their dragon hits it, And now all I have to do is attack with a dragon of equal or more greater strength, and I take it out. But I don't think vines should restrict me from playing battle actions. It's on their dragon. I think that's a mistake, and I would change that. And both in if we play, I'm going to change that rule anyway. That's going to be our rule change because it's just I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. But otherwise, vines is very good. 2 gold, and they can't play battle action cards. Yeah, if I can't, nah. All right, Coral Reef. This is no different from Swamp, River, all of these cards, all these basic terrains in my play testing. This is now, all of these terrains now say -2 strength modifier, and you get 3 gold, which basically I'm buffing all these terrains, while I'm also giving all the strength modifiers in the game a +1, and all of the minus modifiers another -1. So like poison breathing would be -2. Seaweed would be -2, things like that. So I like it so far. It's played well. The terrains, it does help. It makes the terrains more powerful, and I don't know if that unbalances the game or not. Haven't play tested it enough, but it's been fun. We're enjoying it. So that's the Coral Reef, and then we have Swamp, same thing. Now we get to a couple killer terrains. Frozen Lake. I don't think Frozen, well, let's read it first. Kills dragons of 4 or more strength, has no effect on any other dragons. Big dragons are on thin ice, in italics. I don't think this should affect flying dragons. Hurricane kills any flying dragon. I think we should let the flying dragons be immune to Frozen Lake. So a big flying dragon would not fall in. You could argue that they would because they'd land and just fall in. Oh, too late, you can't fly now. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it should kill the flying dragon too, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I could see making an argument for that, but it seems to me that the flying dragon should be immune. So, is this worth playing? Well, in the regular system, no, because any dragon of under 4 strength is going to take this out like a scout, and I'm not playing it. Maybe I'd sight it in, but I don't think so. In my version where you swap it out, absolutely. And then in my altered version, there's a -1 strength modifier and I get 1 gold. So that if a 3 or less dragon hits it, a dragon of 3 or less strength, it applies, it gets a -1, and I get a gold. If a 4 strength dragon hits it, I get a gold and it's dead. So yeah, I like it. But I would not play this in limited unless I saw a lot of big dragons, and then in the second game I might bring it in, but it's risky. Pit is 3 strength or less. I can see the flying dragon getting trapped in the pit, flies in, but so I would say no, this kills flying dragons of 3 or less too, even though it's on the ground. So I guess you could make a case for the Frozen Lake as well, but debatable. All right, so mine will also say -1 strength modifier and 1 gold. So that if the dragon doesn't apply, it still hits for -1 and 1 gold. Or the current system that I was using, it just gets swapped out. But by adding the -1 strength modifier and the 1 gold, now it doesn't get swapped out. Now it applies to every dragon. It just doesn't kill every dragon. But at least it'll get you a -1 modifier and you'll get a gold. So the worst it will do. And I like that. That's what we've been play testing, and so far I'm enjoying that. Pit is, again, this is better than Frozen Lake in the limited set because most dragons are 3 or less strength, so you have a better chance of getting a good target. I would try playing 1 in my deck and see how it plays in my limited deck. Otherwise, these are in my Killer Terrain deck. Love my Killer Terrain deck. It's fun. I think I might have these in my Dragon Slayer deck too, because I want my opponent to attack. Now, I guess I don't want them killing them because then I can't slay them with Dragon Slayer. So maybe they're not in my Dragon Slayer deck. I could have sworn they're in a second constructed deck of mine, but I don't remember. All right, let's go on. Cliff. So now my Cliff says in my playtesting games, -3 and you get 2 gold. Holy moly, that's good. This is good right now. -2 and 1 gold. Yes, weaken those dragons. -2 matters. You only get 1 gold, but still, play this card always. Applies to every dragon. Cliff is good. In the regular game, I'm playing Cliff instead of Swamp or River or coral reef, I'll take cliff, unless I really need the gold, and then I'll play the other ones for the 2 gold versus the 1 gold. But otherwise, yes to cliff in limited. It's probably not making a constructed deck. I don't think so, unless I'm making a constructed deck where I just want to weaken dragons, like where you want to get them below 0 and you can slay them with Argonauts. Yeah, I'd probably run some cliffs, especially with my altered rule where they're now -3. All right, crevice. Crevice is vines, but it doesn't affect flying dragons. So no, not playing it, because flying dragons can hit it no matter where I put it. I'm not going to play this card. In my altered rules, now it's a -1 strength modifier and I get 3 gold. I'm playing it. If a flying dragon hits it, -1 strength modifier and I get 3 gold. If a non-flying dragon hits it, same, and they can't play battle action cards in a battle. They can't. That's how I would change crevice. All right, so that's good. I would not play this card in limited because it's too easy for a flying dragon to hit it, because they can hit anywhere. So just keep that in mind. All right, wall, and I don't think this is in any of my constructed decks. I don't think so. Wall is a neat terrain. I like it. Dragon cannot get any help from other dragons during attack and defense for the rest of the game, and I get a gold. And in my altered version, that gets a -1 strength modifier, and I get 2 gold. Even better. I like it. Either way, I like this terrain. Not all that effective in the limited game, but help is a common card, so it could have some effect. But I wouldn't start it in a limited deck, because they might not be playing help, and if they are, it still might not come up. And it's just 1 gold. Play the terrains that get you 2 gold. Play desert. -1 and 2 gold is better. So but you side this in. If they're playing help, or they've opened a Sino-Prosopi or a Phrygian or a Vouvry, oh yeah, bring in help. Bring in wall for sure, because you might get lucky. Cave is not a very good terrain, and I've improved it. So dragon can only attack face-down cards for the rest of the game. You get a gold piece if there are no face-down cards to attack. Well, there's no face-down cards that he can attack. He attacks a face-up card he could normally attack at -1 strength. I would increase that to -2 strength, and I'd get 2 gold. That's it. Or leave it at -1 strength, and it's a -1 strength modifier on the dragon, because every terrain has a -1 strength modifier. And so then everything else stays exactly the same. Just add a -1 strength modifier to the dragon, give me 1 more gold, now I'm playing cave. There you go. As it is, not playing this because it's... I mean, sure, they can't attack face-down cards, so maybe that's relevant. And if there's no face-up card he can attack... It could be relevant. If there's no face-up card that he can attack, everything's face down. Wait, am I reading that wrong? See, I read it wrong. He can only attack face-down cards. So he can always attack. It's just at -1 strength. So not as good as Desert. I get 2 gold, and he's always -1 strength. The fact that he can't attack certain things, is that really... it's just not worth it. Not worth it to me in limited. All right, clouds. Great terrain. -2 affects flyers only. Put it in the back row. Almost every time, only a flyer will be able to hit it. -2, you get 2 gold. With mine, it's -3, and you get 3 gold. Regardless, it's a really good terrain. Play it in limited, and it's playable in constructed. It's not bad, but I don't think it's in many of my constructed decks. So then we have forest. That's fine. And here's our other killer terrain, which they get a gold piece. Well, now mine will get 2 gold pieces with the -1 strength modifier, but it kills dragons of 2 or less strength regardless. But now I'll get 2. But as is, I don't think I'd play this. I'm playing Pit in my limited. I don't think I'd start Swamp Hole. I might side it in. That's it. It's only in my killer terrain deck, and I don't think it's in any other deck. Swamp Hole is fine. but not worth it in limited, in my opinion. All right, Tunnel. Let's talk about Tunnel. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but here's my opinion of what I would do with this card. First, you get 2 gold. Good. It would be 3 with my thing, but that's just, you already know that. Dragon can only attack cards in a direct line across from the dragon. So he hits my terrain, and now he can only attack cards if they're in a direct line. If there are no cards to attack, so nothing's in a direct line, he may attack any card, but at -1 strength. All right, well, now I've added a -1 strength modifier to him regardless, but let's just go with the cards as is, with the rules as is. This is never going to come up where there are no cards to attack. Unless we're, no, that's never going to come up. Because there has to be a card in the front row, and all I have to do is move the dragon and then attack the card. I can only attack in a direct line. Otherwise, I'm attacking at -1. Well, I'll just move my card over so it's in a direct line, and I'll attack you. Duh. So this is never going to work. So how do you fix this? Well, it's really, really simple. The dragon is in a tunnel. He's trapped in a tunnel. He can't move. Problem solved. Am I wrong? Pretty sure I'm right. That's all you got to do with this card. And as far as, oh, there's not enough room for text, you bring it up to like that, and then the picture becomes smaller. I'm using all caps in Wyvern 2nd Edition. If I ever made Wyvern 2nd Edition, we're keeping all caps. Chameleon got rid of all caps, and I think that was a mistake. Love the all caps. But that's all you need to do with Tunnel, is say he can't move, because he can still attack anything that he can normally attack. It's just at -1 strength, which is no different than this card. So come on, this is ridiculous. I don't know why they did it the way they did. Quicksand, great terrain. Play it in limited, playable in constructed, because you lose 1 strength right away, and you just keep getting weaker. Of course, in my altered thing, I wouldn't bother with the -1 strength because it just happened, but you would get a gold. Sure, you'd still get a gold, 1 gold. But this is a great card. Really, really good. I love the way it's drawn. They're doing hand signals. It's just they're just practicing their hand signals. No big deal. All right, so yeah, quicksand, totally worth it. River, fine. Ocean, fine. Lake, fine. They're all good, fine. All good terrains. Play them. But, as many as you decide to play in your deck. I usually play maybe 7, roughly. Something like that. 6, 7, maybe more, maybe less, depending. Mansion in the Sky, 1 gold. All face-up flying dragons in this row are in the mansion. Non-flying dragons lose 2 strength for the rest of a battle with a dragon in the mansion. That means attacking or defending. Whether I'm attacking or whether I'm defending, your dragon, if it's not a flyer, loses 2 strength. This card's great. Great card. So you put this in the front row. You don't put this in the back row because only a flyer can get to it. Non-flying dragons lose 2 strength, so you put this in the front row. Period. End of story. That's where it goes. For 1 gold, boy, I could see this card costing 2 gold. I'm glad it only costs 1. I wouldn't change it. It's great. So here's our Golden Fleece for Colchis. I say make it 1. It only costs 1 if you got Colchis in play. Yeah. And he attacks as a 3-strength dragon. And if you get a second Golden Fleece, somehow lucky, or maybe you make a constructed deck, he's a 5 on attack. That's great. He's just a 1 on defense, so he's still easy to take out. That didn't overpower the game, in my opinion. Even if you reduce the gold cost by 2, you got to reduce it at least by 1. I would reduce it by 2. Golden Fleece is a really good card. See this card? 2 gold for +1. We'll get back to it. 2 gold for +1. So you're paying twice what you're getting. Now you're paying 3 gold, but you get +2. It's not 2 for 1. It's better. This cost is justified. This one should be 1 gold, in my opinion, which we will get to real soon. +2 when attacking is really good. So is +2 when defending, which we've already done that card. I forget, was it in Chameleon or or Phoenix, I forget. But this is an excellent card, but it's very expensive. So you really can't play too many of them. But the odds are in limited, you'll be lucky if you get one because it's rare. But I could see a constructed deck designed around this wanting to attack. I think it's in my attack deck. I don't see why I wouldn't play it. So very, very cool card. And I love the fact that Colchis guards it. And yet they didn't incorporate that in the game, which I'm confused by. So sideboard card for when your opponent is playing killer terrains. Otherwise, this card is completely useless. There is no point in playing this card, obviously. So do you add something? See, if I'm designing Wyvern 2nd edition, I go, okay, guys, do we want to give this something so that you can play it regardless? So like for limited or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's fine. I think it's a needed card for those killer terrain decks because what are you going to do now? They got golden apples. You better have a way to get rid of golden apples. And in that case, you side it in limited and you side it in constructed if you're playing sideboards. I've never actually played sideboards, but I want to. Pearl. Love Pearl in any format, though it doesn't make many of my constructed decks. I'm not even sure if it makes any of them. Maybe one or two. When a dragon in this row wins a battle, draw one card from your treasure hoard draw pile. This is going in every limited deck I build because, yes, I win the battle, I get a card every time. Every time I win the battle. If I win one battle, it was worth it. If I win two, great. With this card in play, meaning after I put this in play. It's free, it should be. It doesn't do anything unless you win a battle. So yeah, there's no reason for a gold cost. They did this right. Beautiful design. Beautifully designed card. Love Pearl. So again, +1 when defending for 2 gold is a bad rate. Why they felt this, I guess they felt, well, +1 is significant in Wyvern. Every plus matters. Heggie played Chimera for that +1 from face down. Every plus matters. I agree, but you will run out of gold fast. If this was 1 gold, and it is in our play testing, we've reduced sword and jewels to 1 gold, and it plays better. I like it better. That's what I would do with 2nd edition. That's what I'm doing in our altered rules, and I like it. It's okay in limited. I've played them in limited. It's okay, but it's expensive. So keep that in mind if you play a limited game. All right, Dragon Egg. Action. Pay 3 gold pieces to hatch the dragon egg. This is cool. I like it. It becomes a 2-strength dragon. Replace a card in your battlefield with egg. Egg starts face up. Okay. So I play egg. As an action, I pay 3 gold. I now place it I'm going to replace one of my cards in my battlefield with my 2-strength dragon. Question. Why would I ever pay 3 gold to replace a card in my battlefield with the 2-strength dragon that has absolutely no abilities? 3 gold for a 2-strength dragon? And all I'm doing is replacing a card. Well, if they got a card with like quicksand on it, okay, maybe I'd do it for quicksand. But I'm just getting a 2-strength dragon for 3 gold, which is bad. Why did they think they had to overprice this? Because you're not getting an extra battle position. Is it simply because you're going to get rid of something that you want and this will at least give you a 2-strength dragon? I would make this pay 1 gold to hatch it. That's what I would do. For 1 gold, you can replace one of your cards and get a 2-strength dragon. I don't think that's too powerful. Now it's more playable. It's more playable if you make it 2 gold. You want to make it 2 gold? I'd make it 1 gold. That's what I would do. What do you think? I love this card. I love the design. It's such a great idea. I just think it's a very, very weak card. And I never play it. Same with Jewels, Sword. We've already talked about it, so we can just keep moving on. I like Sword, and I like the +1 when attacking, but 1 gold is all it should cost. All right, in our play testing. All right, now let me start with this. In limited, this is fine. I'd play 1, maybe 2. It's fine. Nothing great, not bad. Not going in any constructed deck, not even in my gold deck. In my play testing, I make this cost 1 gold. Now you say, well, that's ridiculous. When a dragon in this row wins a battle, you get 2 gold. So the first battle, you get your gold back. You've made a gold. After that, 2 gold every time. It's a better card. I could make it free. I don't have. It doesn't have to cost. I could just say free. You get 2 gold every time you win a battle. I decided to make it 1 gold, and that's how we're playing it. That's how we're play testing it. But this is playable in limited, not really in constructed. Not at 1 gold. At 2 gold, yeah, maybe in my gold deck I would do it. The deck where I'm just trying to generate gold, I might do it for that. Princess Libya, one of the most niche cards in the game that does absolutely nothing except forces St. George to rescue her. Instead of being able to take out any treasure, St. George can only go take Princess Libya. You're coming with me. No problem. That is about the most limited card I've ever seen in my life. I feel like this needs something to make this better. It's not, I can see playing it in limited if I know my opponent is playing multiple St. George. If I see 2 St. George in game 1, maybe I'll bring in Princess Libya, but it doesn't do anything. It's got to do something. So I need something, but regardless. All right. Now we are up to number 59, and I believe that is Oriental Princess right here. 59. Oriental Princess. Beautiful card. Whoever wins a battle gets 2 gold pieces until Princess is removed from play. So you win a battle, you get 1. Whoever wins a battle gets 2. So this could backfire. Your opponent might start getting a lot of gold. Guy played this against me in constructed at Gen Con, and he won more often because I was using golden apples and fountains of youth, and he was generating lots of gold because of it. I was surviving, but he just kept making 2 gold, 2 gold, 2 gold. I was like, oh, God. Eventually, occasionally I'd win a battle, and I'd get 2 gold. But this is a risky card, and this is a powerful card because you are going to way less likely that you're going to run out of gold if you play Oriental Princess. And if you have 2 in play, that's 4 gold per battle. 3 is 6, 4 is 8, but that's constructed. Limited, you're only going to see 1 unless your opponent happened to open 1 too, and now there's 2 Oriental Princesses in play. No one's going to run out of gold in this game, more than likely, and you can play more expensive cards. If you are real confident that you can win, you can go for those more expensive cards. So I'm playing this in my limited deck if I like my deck and feel I'm not relying on losing battles with golden apples and fountains of youth. Then I'm not doing it. But if I'm more about winning battles and I feel good about my strategy to win, because there are 2 strategies, you can strategize and use dragons that benefit from losing. But otherwise, yeah, I'm playing this. I'm playing it, and it's in my treasure deck. That's why it's out. It's in my treasure deck. It might be in another deck. I'm not really sure. All right, Maiden in Distress. Excellent design. Clean design. Dragons in this row can't be killed by Dragon Slayers. Just like Pearl, this is clean. This is just right. Any Dragon Slayer can remove Maiden in Distress from the game. Perfect. See, this does something where she doesn't. This thing is good. Good card. Play it in limited. Absolutely play it in limited. Dragon Slayers are nasty in limited. Play Maiden in Distress. I'd play 2. Excellent card. Could be a sideboard card. Don't think it makes any of my constructed decks. Maybe as a sideboard it might. I might if I build sideboards perhaps. All right, so in my altered version, as I've already stated, this is +2 for free, which is better than Magical Sword. Magical Sword would be +3 for 1, which is really, really good. So we've amped up the power of this game in our play testing. The game is more powerful, and it's been a lot of fun to play that way. But as is, this card is fine. +1 modifier matters. It can swing the game because, if it's a tie, the defender's losing. If you got a fire breathing in your hand, now you're winning. Could be the difference between winning and losing a battle. It is significant. Play your fire breathing, play your dwarven armies. They're significant, but they're not great.
I don't think Fire Breathing makes any of my constructed decks. Dwarven Army does, where I'm playing Ring of Power for Dwarven Armies. That's why I say they should have made more Fire Breathing and made a card like Ring of Power for Dwarven Armies. They should have done something more with Fire Breathing. Beautiful card, though. Beautiful card. So, Flood, no Dwarven Armies allowed in this battle. In my altered game, +2 for free, Flood is better. And Flood is interesting because it's not a reaction, it's a battle action. So I could play a Dwarven Army, and you could say, okay, well, I'm going to play something. And then I might play another Dwarven Army, and you could say, should I play Flood, or should I'm going to play another battle action. I've got another card, I'm going to play it. And then I do something else, but I'm not playing any more Dwarven Armies. And all of a sudden, I pass, or my opponent passes, like I got no other plague, and they're winning, right? And I go, Flood, all their Dwarven Armies gone. I love that. This is not a good card. I would not play this card in limited unless I see Dwarven Armies in multiples. And I'm playing 0 or 1. I don't think I'm playing Flood. I don't think I'm bringing it in if I'm playing 2 or more Dwarven Armies. Unless my opponent's playing like 4 or 5, because you can have any number. In a limited game, there's no restriction of 4. You can play 5 or more. So if they're just playing lots of Dwarven Armies, I'll bring this in out of the sideboard. It is not a good card otherwise. But in our altered game, it's a little better. And we even added draw card at the bottom, so that you can just play it and say, no Dwarven Armies, draw a card. And even if they don't have any Dwarven Armies, you don't care. You're drawing a card. You're just getting rid of it at that point. So I like what we did with the card, but that's our version. All right, Hailstorm. So don't play this, maybe sideboard. Hailstorm, in limited, I mean. All flying dragons lose 2 strength for the rest of this battle. I don't remember if we said -3, lose 3 strength in our altered game, in our playtesting game. Not sure. This is a fine card. Not great, not bad. Playable, I'd play it in limited because for 1 gold, unless I have a lot of flyers, then I'm not playing it. But maybe you sideboard it in if you see a lot of flyers. But I'd start with 1 because your opponent's going to play some flyers. There's the odds of them not having any flyers is pretty low. So I would start with 1 in my limited deck, probably, not guaranteed. Just depends on the cards. And, if I have 1 flyer in the battle and my opponent plays help and ends up with 2 flyers, there you go. It's still going to work, even though it's going to hurt my flying dragon. It's going to hurt them more because they're going to lose 4 points of strength. So it's a decent card, totally playable in limited, not very good in constructed. Maybe there's a niche situation where you side it in. I don't know. Tsunami. I really, really like Tsunami. For every one of your dragons you turn face up during this action phase, draw 1 card from your treasure hoard draw pile. Be sure to pay for any dragons being turned up for the first time. So you play Tsunami and you decide, okay, I'm going to turn up, and you just start turning them up 1 at a time. Your opponent has to wait until you're done. And every time you got to pay for the dragon if you haven't paid for it, but then you draw a card, and then, I don't know if you can turn up 1 and then draw a card and then decide if you want to turn up another one and draw a card, or do you have to turn them, like if you're going to turn up 3, do you have to turn up all 3, pay for them, and then draw 3 cards? Or can I do it 1 at a time? I'm not sure. I looked it up in the book. It says you have to do all of them that turn. The very next thing you do before your opponent can respond, you have to decide what cards you're turning up. Regardless of the ruling on that, I like this card. It works great in combination with Avalanche, and the Insider's Guide talks about that. So if you've got 2 or more face-up dragons, you turn them down with Avalanche, and then you play Tsunami, and you turn them up and draw 2 or more cards. Wonderful card. Not good necessarily in multiples. I wouldn't play more than 2 in a limited deck. 2 is because you got to have dragons that you can turn up. If you've got Cauldron, now you can turn them down, or Avalanche, you can turn them down and turn them back up. Now you can play, you could play more. You could play multiples if you have the cards to turn them back down, so that you can play another Tsunami and turn them back up and just draw cards. It's a very cool card, and in constructed, I play this in my Cauldron deck and my face-up deck. I've drawn 3 cards at times. I think I drew 4 cards once. Very neat. It makes for excellent card draw in a constructed deck. So I really like it in those decks. High winds. Oh my God. 4 gold is absurd. 2 gold is better be a really good card like Magnetic Field or Power Switch. 1 gold can be really good cards like Marduk, Apollo, Whirlpool, where those cards draw you 2 cards for 1 gold. And Marduk, you can't play battle actions. That's a good card. 2 gold, Magnetic Field, Power Switch, Medea Spell, all power cards, very powerful. 3 gold, Poison Chalice is really great. 4 gold better be absurd. Okay? All face-up flying dragons are killed. That is potentially totally worth paying 4 gold. It could win you the game. The game could just end. If I have 1 flying dragon face up and my opponent has 2 flying dragons that are face up, I'm playing this. I'll spend the 4 gold to kill all 3 dragons. Worth it. If my opponent has 1 dragon face up and I have 1 dragon face up flying, or maybe even if I have 2, if his dragon is blue, I am playing high winds to kill blue. Because he's going to be drawing 2 cards a turn, and I am not going to beat that dragon. Even if I have to lose 2 dragons, I still might play it. But 1 for 1, my flying dragon for your flying dragon, and your flying dragon is blue, I'm playing this card. So if I get this, if I open this in limited, do I play it? I might not for game 1 and side it in later, depending on what I see. Because if the flying dragons he has are, Tiamat or Azidahaka, they're just 2 and 3 strength dragons. That's not a big deal. But if he's got Wyvern or Celestial, oh yeah, I'll bring in high winds because it's going to kill those dragons. 1 or both of them. I'll do it just to kill 1 in limited. It's fine. A lot of money, big expense, but totally good. In constructed, I don't think so. Maybe there's a deck I might play it in, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. All right, Help. Really good card. Risk, reward. Help is powerful. 1 gold. You can bring 1 dragon, 1 card away into the battle. Flying dragons can come anywhere. Again, I would get rid of the diagonal rule, so you can bring 1 card away that's to the left or to the right, top or bottom, not diagonal, but the rule says diagonal. So if your dragon's in the middle, that's any dragon. It doesn't matter if they're flying or not. And now you're fighting with 2 dragons, which is powerful. But if you lose both. Help is a great card. Beautiful design, risk reward, I like. Excellent card. Play it. If you open Help, play it. Good in your Help deck for constructed. That's about it. I don't think I play this card in any other deck. Frost breathing, like Flood, same exact thing except for fire breathing. Play it the same way. It's only good if you see lots of frost breathing, then you bring it in out of the sideboard, maybe. Never start with this card. It's not a good card. Don't bother with it. It's very, very weak. Hero. I'm questioning if Hero should only cost 1. Would that, obviously it would make it better. Is that a better card all around? Like that, it should only cost 1. I'm not sure if it should only cost 1. 2 gold is a lot, but being able to attack a second time can be very powerful, and there are times when I'd be willing to pay 2 gold. But I'm going to run out of gold fast if I'm playing too many of these, like in a constructed deck. I have an attack deck, a constructed deck that wants to attack. I think I play 2 heroes in the deck because I want to just keep attacking. And Draco's in that deck and stuff like that. In limited, I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe. I mean, if you pay, if you've got a big flying dragon and you've got some face-up dragons that you can go after, yeah, it might be worth it. You might be able to take out 2 of their battle positions. If you take out 2 of their battle positions, it was totally worth the 2 gold. But it's risky. It might not do much for you. It's not as good as it sounds, but it can be. So that's about all I can say about it. Poison Breathing is a weak card. It's okay because, -1 is -1. It's -2 in our playtest games, which makes it better. But we also attach it to the dragon, which makes it weaker. But I like it because now if they turn the dragon down, they can get they can get rid of poison breathing, or if they play Village, Village will get rid of poison breathing. So while it's more powerful in that it's -2, it's also limited. I like it better. But as is, this is a weak card that I normally will not play in limited unless I see that it might be relevant. Maybe I'd bring it in out of sideboard. But overall, it's just not a good enough card. I mean, the dragon has to win. I have to lose the battle. I could use Golden Apple and keep them alive and keep weakening them. That is a strategy. If you got Golden Apples and Fountains of Youth, you can lose the battle, survive, play Poison Breathing, weaken their dragon. Sure, there's your best use of it right there. But if you make it -2, now I'm going to play it. Now I'm more likely to play it because it's better. All right, Sacrifice. Should I change Sacrifice to you must pay me 3 gold? Ooh, that's a lot. We didn't do that in our playtesting. We left this card alone, and then we ended up taking it out because it's fine, but we didn't need it in our playtesting. It's fine. It's a good card. Your opponent paying you 2 gold is a 4 gold swing. That's a nice play if you're going to lose a battle, especially if you've got Golden Apples and or Fountains of Youth. Then it's even better. But Sacrifice, I will play in limited. I'll play 2 of them. Because I need that gold. It's very easy to run out of gold in this game. So Sacrifice, very important card for the game, like the design. Knowledge is just okay. Not much. You look at their hand, could be relevant, could help you out, might help you out, might not do a darn thing. I have an alternate rule that I'm trying to play test with. You may pay 1 gold when you play this card. If you do, draw a card. So knowledge, do I want to play it for free and just look at your hand, or do I want to pay the gold? If I'm really low on gold, I may not want to pay the gold, but I'll get to draw a card. I like that. But overall, this is a kind of a weak card. Might make my deck, might play 1. Not really sure. Could play 2, but it's usually not good enough. Maybe you bring it in. But why? Once you know what your opponent's playing, it's not enough, I don't think. All right, the best strength modifier in the original game was Magical Sword. This made Heggie's deck, the championship deck from Season 1, because of efficiency. 1 gold plus 2. That's like Firebolt being 2 gold plus 4. Fireball, it's like being 3 gold plus 6. This is the most efficient. It's better. It's twice as good as Dwarven Armies or Fire Breathing, and it is effectively better than Firebolt, only that Firebolt's only better in that it does +3. Fireball's only better that it does +4. This will not drain your gold very much, just a little. Excellent card. I would play as many of these as I open in Limited. If I opened 8 of these in my starter deck and booster packs, I'm playing all 8. Probably. Because it's that good of a strength modifier in the game. 8 would be a ton. You're not going to open 8. But I'd play 5. I'd absolutely play 5 if I have 5. And I play this in Constructed. Not every Constructed deck, but this is a Constructed card. This is a limited card. It's a beautiful design. The art is beautiful. Again, just clean and perfect. In my opinion, this is one of the worst designed cards in the game. So for 1 gold, as an action, a face-up dragon gets a -1 strength modifier for the turn. Are you kidding me? That is so poor. The only time I can see playing this is if I have a Dragon Slayer and I lower the strength by 1, and now I can slay the dragon. That's it. Other than that, why would I play this? Well, -1 is significant. Maybe it'll help you win the battle. Okay, but I got to play it before battle. So there's a risk there. Why not make this free and attach it to the dragon so it's permanent? Now I might play it. It's still not great. I place Seaweed on your dragon, attach it to the dragon. Your dragon suffers -1 strength. Now we go to battle. That's not too powerful. For 1 gold in our playtest, it's -2 strength. Now it's a good card. I originally made it 0 -2 strength and realized, oh, that's too powerful. I overdid it. So Seaweed, bad card. Don't play this card. There is a native terrain dragon that works with seaweed. That's the one time you play seaweed, and that's why they made that card, because nobody plays seaweed. It's just a poorly designed card. I don't know what they were thinking with this card. Maybe you cite it in for a Dragon Slayer situation, but I don't think so. One of the best 1 gold cost cards in the game. You have Magical Sword, you have Apollo, you have Marduk, and Whirlpool. There may be another that are as good. Draw 2 cards. This card is so good that used to be free, and I don't know why they thought this card should be free. They raised it to 1. That's how powerful Whirlpool is. As an action, you draw 2 cards. Oh my goodness, this card is great. Play this in Limited, play this in Constructed. Yeah, play this card. Great card. Medea Spell, one of the most powerful cards in the game. 2 gold cost, totally justified. It is the right cost. You lower their base strength to 0. It did not say base strength until Kingdom. It just said their strength becomes 0. It's base strength, which makes the card play better. Technically not as powerful, but it is much better this way. It got kind of silly if you just play current strength. This is permanent well, no, it's not permanent, for the rest of the battle. Of course, it's just for the turn. But compare this to Seaweed. I mean, seriously. Really? I don't get it. Great card. Not as good as Power Switch. Power Switch is better than Medea Spell usually. But Medea Spell, great card. Play it in Limited, play it in Constructed. Fireball, I'd play it in Limited, but probably only 1. No more than 2. There's no way I'm going to play more than 2 Fireballs in Limited because I'm going to run out of gold. And I'm scared to play 2. But you don't play it if you're low on gold. You just don't play it. You just don't keep it in your hand. The other problem, of course, is if they armor this card, if they play armor, you just lost 3 gold and got nothing for it. If they play Steel Strength, you are, oh my God, if they happen to open Steel Strength, which is rare. This card should have either been +5, which it is in our play testing. We've made it +5, and it plays just fine at +5. Or even +6. Or something like if it's countered, the gold is refunded. That way, if you're going to play armor, I get my gold back. I didn't lose the gold. Because +4 is powerful. And that is very powerful in Limited. It's even good in Constructed. +4 can swing a game, no doubt. But 3 gold is too much. You going to play that over this? This costs more than Medea's Spell. No, it's weaker than Medea's Spell in general. I mean, yeah, there are situations where it's actually better, but it's not worth more. That's a mistake. So I would either lower this to 2, but that you don't, because now you got Firebolts here. But it needs to be improved, and I would improve it. But as is, I would absolutely play 1 in Limited, no doubt. Not playing this in Constructed, unless I can play it for free somehow. So Firebolt's good. It's almost as good as Magical Sword. I'll play 2 copies, maybe 3. It's not as good as Medea's Spell. It costs 2 gold, but it's not as good. But it is good. +3 is powerful. 2 gold is a lot, but it's better than 3 gold, better than Fireball in that sense. And I'll play 2 copies. I might play 3, but that's pushing it. You can't run out of gold in this game. It's critical. The odds of winning if you run out of gold drop way down. You can still win if you run out of gold, but it's very hard. Very hard to win. So here's a card that the 3 gold is justified. I'll play Poison Chalice. I'd rather have Poison Chalice than Medea's Spell. This is a great card, even though sometimes it's not great. The side with the lowest strength wins the battle. So let's say it's 5-4. And I play Poison Chalice, and my opponent goes, okay, Magical Sword on your dragon. He can play Magical Sword on my dragon and give my dragon +2 strength, and now he's going to win the battle. So this can backfire on you. And I'm still playing this card. It is one of the most powerful cards in the game, especially when your opponent attacks your scout and he's winning 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. You say Poison Chalice, and you're like, he's like, uh-oh. Now, if he's got Power Switch, that'll wreck you, unless you have Power Switch or Magnetic Field or Medea's Spell. There's ways around it for both players. You can get around it but it is hard. This is a powerful, powerful card. Totally justifies the 3 gold cost. Great design, great art, love everything about it. Stranglehold, great card. This was played originally in combination with Volcanic Eruption. I only know this because I read about it. And they would play this twice on turn 1, and their opponent had discarded 4 cards on turn 1. Ouch. Which is part of the reason they limited Volcanic Eruption to 1 copy per card, per deck. 1 copy per deck. I would absolutely play this card in limited, because making my opponent discard 2 cards is better than nothing. It might be just okay. It might, if they're down to like 3 cards, it's great. Now they're down to 1. If they're down to 2 cards, that just wrecks them. Especially if one of those 2 cards is Meteor Shower, then they're kicking themselves for not maybe they didn't have a chance to cast it. But yeah, Stranglehold, very good card. Good and constructed too. Playable and constructed, but only in certain decks. Avalanche is great with Tsunami. Great with the card that I already showed you. All face-up dragons are turned face down. In the limited game, this is a perfectly fine card because it protects from Dragon Slayers. But it won't always be relevant, and it'll just sit in your hand. How many face-up dragons do you have? Do you want to turn your opponent's face-up dragons down? Not necessarily. So it's a weak card. It's not a very good card. But if I have a Tsunami, I'm playing an Avalanche, because I might be able to manipulate that. Okay? So, card. It's in my Cauldron deck, and I think I play it in my face-up deck. So it made 2 of my constructed decks. I think those are the only decks I play it in. This is one of the dumbest cards I've ever seen. This card is worse than Seaweed. All players must discard 1 card from their hand. So I have to lose. So I lose Earthquake and another card, and you lose 1 card. Why in the world would I ever give up 2 cards to make you lose 1 card? Why would I ever do that? Unless I have like 5 or 6 cards in my hand and you have 1. Why would I put this in my deck? All it has to say is target player discards 1 card from their hand, or all opponents discard 1 card from their hand. Now it's an okay card. That's all it is. Why did they think that you have to discard a card too? I have no idea what they're thinking with this card. It's bad. Change the rule. You discard a card, not me. That's how we're doing it in our play testing. Much better card. It's not even a playable card as is. You're nuts to play this card. You're just hurting yourself. Dumb. Golden Apple, one of the best cards in the game. Saves your dragon, doesn't die. Play the Golden Apple, 1 gold. If this was 2 gold, I still might play it. I think, though, these cards, Golden Apple and Fountain of Youth, stall out the game way too much. We've been playing less of them. If we have 4 in our deck, we remove 2 now because we're like, nah, that's too many. I would limit Golden Apple and Fountain of Youth to 2 copies per deck in the rules. In 2nd edition Wyvern, that would be one of my suggested rule changes, as I'm sitting around talking with all the people that we're gonna redesign this game. When that happens, I'm anticipating that happening. That's what I would do. This card is great. It's funny that the treasure called Golden Apples says you're immune to killer terrains. It doesn't kill you. It's kind of, I see why they did that. It's kind of a neat little play on words. So yeah, Golden Apple, play every one you get. Play every one you get in limited. Don't say, oh, I don't need more than 4. Oh yeah, I'd play 5. I'd play 5 of those. Your opponent's going to hate you, but you want to win the game. Armor, play every one you get in limited. Every armor I open, I'm playing in limited. This card is amazing. This card is key, and you have to play strength modifiers in limited. And this is the best card against them. Great card. Potentially playable and constructed, but usually just as a sideboard if your opponent is playing strength modifiers for some reason, like Dwarven armies. There's a reason to bring in armor, let alone steel strength. All right, Knight. Great card. We've already seen how this could work with Draco. Cancel the battle, Draco can keep attacking. Knight is great to get out of any battle. The only one that can stop it is Ra, and that means Ra is going to get sideboarded in. If I see my opponent playing 2 knights, if I see it twice, I'm bringing in Ra. If I have at least 1 Ra in my sideboard. If I have 2 Ras in my sideboard, do I bring in both? Maybe. If I see 3 knights, yes, I'm bringing in 2. You just got to weigh it back and forth. Constructed, absolutely, this card's played. I play this card in a lot of my constructed decks. Great, great, great card. You need to cancel battles. But again, this is stalling out the game. I could see limiting this to 2 copies per deck. I could. Not sure. Not sure if that's the case or not. I don't like, I don't mind, staying alive. That's part of the game, but it gets a little annoying after a while. And I don't know if the game would play better if we limited that to 2 copies. It might. Certainly with Golden Apples and Fountains of Youth. All right, St. George, perfectly good card to play in limited. Most likely your opponent's going to have a treasure, and you can just slay the treasure. That way you don't have to attack or swap out. By playing a Dragon Slayer, you don't have to attack. Well, you can't. You can't attack or swap out. You just skip that phase, and you go after their treasures. St. George is the way you do it. So, yeah, play this card. Can be can be used in constructed, but not very often. Not very often. Dragon Slayers are great in the game. I will play multiple copies of either one of these. I'll play every Sir Lancelot I get. I won't play more than 2 Sigurds, probably. Probably not more than 2. I might play 3, but more than likely I'd just play 2. Sir Lancelot, I'll play 3, 4, maybe even 5 if I open up that many. These are powerful cards in limited. In constructed, well, they're in my Dragon Slayer deck, and they might be... I might have some in my terrain deck. I'm not sure. I don't remember. All right, this card was so powerful that after they printed it, I was reading in Wyvern Shadow how all the people said, yeah, this should be limited to 1. And they said, yeah, okay, this will be limited to 1 per deck now. Because it's devastating what this card does. It's just ridiculous what this... And Red Kangaroo does the same thing, but only with interceptors. And what I suggested with Red Kangaroo, I suggest with Kiss of Lusukube. I counter your Dragon Slayer. Now you must destroy one of the cards of your cards on the table. Could be a treasure. Could be one of your terrains is attached to one of my dragons. That way I'm not going to take out your best card. Because if I'm countering your Dragon Slayer and taking out potentially your best card on the table, I mean, yeah, it's 2 gold. So maybe, and you're only allowed 1. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't change it. But right now we're trying that. We're play testing with, you have to sacrifice the card. I don't get to pick the card. You get to pick the card. And I think it's still a very good card. Maybe you lower it to 1 gold for that? Yeah, possibly. Because this is too darn devastating. And if you're down to 1 battle position, the game just ended. If you have nothing else in play. Game just ended. So, I don't know. Marina, just like Armor, play every one you get. I'd play 4 copies of these, no problem. Maybe even 5. Marina's just great. Counters the Dragon Slayers. In the limited, they're playing Dragon Slayers. They're playing Strength Modifiers. Marina and Armor is how you stop it. Play it all the time. In constructed, not nearly as good. Maybe sideboard if your opponent's playing Dragon Slayers, but probably not going to come up very often. All right. Oh, we are up to number 90, and that would be Jason, right? Jason is number 90. Great Dragon Slayer, rare, so we're not going to see it, but yeah, of course you play this in limited. You play this in constructed in your Dragon Slayer deck. You can play this in any deck. It'll slay any dragon. Kill any dragon, it says kill. Same thing. Jason's great. I like Galahad better because he only costs 2 gold and he kills any dragon of 4 or more strength. But yeah, Jason's phenomenal. Play it. Absolutely 100%. Yes, it's expensive and the 3 gold cost is totally justified. Shan. Well, Shan's a 1 strength flyer for 2. That's bad. Why would I want to do that? It is, 2 gold for a 1 strength dragon is bad. If Shan, I think this is a mistake. If Shan loses a battle, not if Shan Dragon loses a battle. I don't know what happened there. You draw 1 card from your treasure hoard draw pile. If this said if Shan wins the battle, I would say this card should only cost 1, and I would remove the gold symbol. As it is, losing the battle, I can save it with golden apples and fountains of youth and draw a card. Even if I don't save it, yes, I lost the battle. I paid 2 gold, but I drew a card. Not bad. That's okay. The draw card when you lose a battle makes this a playable card. It's not great card. I'd be willing to play 1 in limited, especially if I have golden apples and fountains of youth. I'm absolutely playing this for the card draw. And a 1-strength dragon could still win a battle. There's a chance you might win a battle. You might hit a scout. The scout might hit you. You're winning 1-0. So yeah, there are scenarios where Sean is just fine. And if it said you have to win the battle, that's not as good because it's hard to win a battle. It's a lot easier to lose a battle than win a battle. So this card is pretty good. Pretty good. Good enough. Gani, wonderful card. Very good card, not great, good. 3 strength, solid, 4 gold, totally justified because he protects the treasure in the row. Totally justifies the gold. Not a great card, might not come up. You might end up paying 4 gold for 3, which isn't all that good, but it's still a 3-strength dragon, which is good enough. And it protects treasures, which is a relevant ability in the limited game. This is in my treasure deck. I don't think it's in any other deck. So, wonderful card. Hydra, big old 4-strength dragon for 4. Normally, I would play that all the time. The problem is, after each battle, he loses a strength. After each battle. So then, the moment this battle ends, he's a 3. If there gets into another battle, he'll go down to a 2. But I can pay 1 gold piece to grow another head and increase the Hydra's strength by 1. I can do this once per turn. I don't know if that's once on my turn only or each player's turn. But I'm going to run out of gold if I keep doing this. So Hydra is good for 1 battle, maybe 2. And then what? You're going to swap them out? You've lost all that gold. He's going to drain your gold or what? So he's not as good as a 4-strength dragon for 4 because of the gold drain. If you've got good gold generation, yeah, it's a 4-strength dragon. He could become a 5. He could become a 6. He could become a 7. In certain scenarios, he's great. In other scenarios, he's bad. I like the design. I'd like to make him a little better, but I'm not quite sure how to do that, if anybody has any ideas. But overall, I would play him normally, but I'd be careful. Because if you end up swapping him out after paying all that gold, I mean, if he dies in battle, that happens. I don't know if I'm going to save him with golden apples or fountains of youth, though. All right, Grendel, like Moger, the best scout in the game. He cannot fly. Why is he flying? He's not a flyer, you goofs. 1 gold piece. Absolutely, the 1 gold is fine. You pay 1, but if he steals gold on any terrain discovered. Most terrains have 2 gold on them, so you're already up a gold. I guess that's why they said because if it was a 0, holy moly. Yeah, Grendel's great. Play him in constructed and limited. I can't see a deck where I would not be interested in playing him. He's that good. So great design. Just stop making non-flying dragons fly in the picture. What are you doing? Maybe they just did that as a joke. That's all I can figure. Or they got art mixed up. One or the other. Celestial, one of the best dragons in limited. Might be in my flyer deck. Might be in my big gold help deck. Might be in my big dragons deck. So he's a really good dragon. He's so good that he might be in those constructed. I can't remember. He's in at least one of them. But in limited, oh my God. The only one better is the 7-strength flyer. There is no 6-strength flyer in the game. This is the biggest flyer in the game because the 7-strength flyer is rare. This is uncommon. This card is amazing in limited. I won a game because of him in limited. And just at Gen Con. Great card. So you'd be crazy not to put this in your limited deck. And he is pretty good and constructed. Though not certain decks, he's just All right, Mokalabumblebee. I just call him Bumblebee, but I guess it's Mokalambembe. Mokalabembe? Am I saying it right? I don't know. Mokalabembe. If he loses a battle, you draw a card from your treasure or draw pile. So Sean is a 1 flying for 2 with this ability. I would rather play Sean than Mokalabembe. Why? Because he flies and he only costs me 2 gold and the ability is the same. Now, because you say, well, but a 2 gold has a better chance to win. I know, so what? He has a better chance to win. Yeah, but I want him to lose because I get a card. And if I can keep him alive, great. So Mokalabembe is okay. I'd rather play Sean. More likely to lose, less money to pay, same card draw potential. But he's an okay dragon. And now we have 2 dragons that get you cards when you lose battles. I'd be willing to put both in the deck for a limited deck. And he could be in my, I could see either one of these in my little flying deck. I don't think either of them are in my little dragons deck. I don't think either of them are. He might be in my flyers deck, but I don't think he is. But anyway, he's an okay dragon. And I wouldn't mind playing one in limited. Obviously, one. You can't play more than one. All right, Naga. So now we've got one of these attacks from face down, but now it's got a gold symbol attached. The other one didn't have a gold symbol. The 2 strength one doesn't have a gold symbol either. Why is there a gold symbol now? It's the same ability. He attacks at 6 strength from face down and 0 strength from face up. So I said with the 1 strength dragon, get rid of the 0 strength from face up. I'm not getting rid of it here. I might be willing to knock. I would certainly think about getting rid of the gold symbol. I don't think he needs to cost 4, but I think I understand why he costs 4, because a 6 strength dragon for 4 is really good. I don't think a 6 strength dragon for 3 is busted. And then he's a 0. So that's no good. Right, but on defense, he's a 3. That's fine. And that I got that initial attack in. Hopefully I won a battle already. And if I can turn him down, I can do it again. Cauldron, he's in my Cauldron deck, no doubt. He's wonderful in the Cauldron deck. The 0 strength from face up almost never comes into play. Don't have to worry about it. And he's a 3, regardless. Where that Mushushu guy is a 1. Ugh. So I don't need to get rid of the gold piece, but I don't think you don't need it because he's got a negative to this ability. The positive is amazing. 6 strength for 3 would be like, woohoo. But so what? But it's okay. The 4 strength guy is rare and he has a gold symbol too. So the 3 and 4 have a gold symbol. The 0 has a gold symbol because it's a scout. The 1 and 2 do not. And we'll get to Gondorua soon. All right, so Garguli. This card made Heggie's championship deck. I was surprised to see it. And I said to myself, do you really need the gold symbol? And this is a good thing to think about here. It costs 2. I mean, it's a 2 strength dragon. You got to pay 1 gold to increase the strength. So there's already a gold cost. So why do you need a gold symbol? Well, I see it though. Because if you don't have the gold symbol, you have effectively a built-in magical sword, a constant. You have it regardless of the gold symbol or not. Pay 1 gold, increase the strength by 2. That's magical sword. That's great. And that's probably why he made Heggie's deck, even with the fact that he costs an extra gold. Why does he cost an extra gold? Because if it said pay 2 gold, that would be insane. If this gold symbol wasn't here and they made this 2 gold instead, that would be ridiculous. If you take away the gold, he's a 2 strength for 2, that's fine, but he's always going to get this, he's got this ability that's permanent. It's pay 1 gold, but that's a magical sword. So you add 1 gold to the overall cost. So now you get a 2 strength for 3 with a built-in magical sword. That is a justified cost. I would think about making it better by making him just cost 2 instead of 3, but I see why they added the gold symbol here, even though there's gold in the ability. There's a gold cost in the ability. The fact that he made Heggie's deck really tells me all I need to know. He's never made any of my constructed decks. Maybe I should try him. In limited, oh yeah, I'm playing him. Even at 3 gold, I'm playing Garguli. That's how I pronounce it. Yeah, good card. excellent because he can become a 4, and now you've paid 4, and then the next turn, if you get to a battle again, he can become 4 for just 1 gold. It's worth it. So this is the same as Mushu. It's not worded exactly the same, but it is effectively exactly the same. Tax at strength 2 from face down, 0 strength from face up. They just worded it differently, but it says the exact same thing. Here, I'll just, for those who are wondering, 2 strength when attacking from face down, 0 strength when attacking from face up. See? He attacks at 2 strength from face down and 0 strength from face up. Get rid of the 0 strength from face up, and now you've got a 1 strength dragon that attacks from 2 strength from face down. Otherwise, he's always a 1, meaning he's bad. Don't play this, even if you take away the 0 strength from face up. But why penalize this bad, weak dragon? I have no clue why they did that. Don't play him. Keolung, he's a scout. Play him. That's all you need to know. For 1 gold, if he loses a battle, you draw a card. This is Shan, but he's a scout. Absolutely, you play this guy. Good scout. Definitely in the top half of scouts. Nothing really to say about this guy. You pay the gold piece because, hey, if he loses a battle, you get a card, and that was worth it. Play him all the time. He's good in constructed too. He doesn't make all my constructed decks because I'm playing Mogre and Grendel and Delphine and Amphitheater. Those are my 4 favorites. There's the Chameleon guy, Dragonfly. I might play Dragonfly over Keolung. But Keolung's good. Kokukan is good. You kind of like the Ryu Super Flying Scout. You got to have that extra gold because it's a Super Flyer. 3 strength Super Flyer for 4 because otherwise Tiamat is a 3 strength flyer for 3. So I think that you have to have the gold there. He's fine. Nothing great, but pretty good. You can sit in the back row and attack any card. Yeah. Nothing wrong with Kokukan. I wouldn't call him great, but I'd call him a good dragon, and I would absolutely play him in limited. Not going to make any of my constructed decks other than possibly my flyer deck, but I don't think so. This card is busted. I would say the gold cost should be 3. Pay 3 gold to do his ability, and I still don't really care for this card. I play it in every one of my constructed decks, but we're not playing Lambton Worms anymore because it's a busted card. Getting back a battle position is absurd. You're prolonging the game, and it's too easy to get back the battle position. There has to be a risk if you're going to do it for 1 gold. There should be some kind of risk where he's got to sit there for an entire turn. You got 1 turn to get rid of him. If you don't, I get to see, how do you do this? Yeah, I'm not really sure. There has to be a risk where you can't get back a battle position because this is just silly. 1 strength dragon. Pay 1 gold. Bring him back from your dragon lair. Pile to a vacant position in your battlefield. You can only do this once. Well, yeah, if you could do it repeatedly, you'd never lose the game. But why do this? Why allow you to get back a battle position? Avalon does it from the Phoenix set, and it costs 4 gold. So that's kind of justified. This isn't. I would make it at least pay 3 gold to do this ability. So it is in every deck I have because it's so busted. And I would absolutely draft this in limited. You're playing limited. I'm playing Lambton Worm along with Lindworm. Absolutely. It's going to drive your opponent crazy, and hopefully they don't have it. Gandarua, great card, just like Naga, except there's no gold symbol. So now you get a 4 for 2. 4 strength for 2, attacking face down, 0 from face up. I accept that penalty. It balances it out. No gold symbol. See, that's why I think Naga doesn't necessarily need a gold symbol, but it's okay. It's still good because 6 is ridiculously powerful and 4 is powerful for 2. If you get 1 battle win, if you got 1 position and then they take you out, okay, that's fine. And then here we are with Agitar, one of my favorite dragons, not just because of the ability, but because of how he looks. So now you get a 5 strength dragon for 4, which is just okay. But now he's an 8 from face down. The biggest dragon in the game. 8 strength from face down, 0 from face up. Huge. Do not play this unless you are turning it down your Cauldron deck. Play this in limited. Oh, yeah. Gandarua and Agitar, 100% I'm playing these cards. They're great. Even if I can't turn them face down, not as good, obviously. I want to be able to turn them down at least once. So, maybe City or Avalanche. I might pay City just to turn these guys down. I'd pay that 1 gold to turn them down because now they're really powerful. But I think City should be free. But this is the one time where I would play City so I could turn it down. We'll get to City. I'm sure it's coming up here. Panlun, one of the weaker scouts. It is flying, but it costs 1 gold. And it's like, okay, is the 1 gold justified? I don't think it is. Flying dragons lose 1 strength after any battle with Panlun. Not very likely to hit a flying dragon. Could come up. And if after the battle, whether I die or not, if I didn't kill that dragon, they're going to lose 1 strength. I don't think that's worth a gold. In our playtesting, they lose 2 strength. Now I'm paying the gold. Now I can hurt your flying dragon. And it still might not come up. It's still a perfectly playable scout in limited. I would absolutely draft every scout. Any scout I open, if that's the only ones I have, I'm playing. If I have 4 scouts in limited, and those, I don't care what 4 they are, I'm playing all 4 of them. That's how I would rate scouts for limited. So Panlun is just okay. The ability is kind of weak, but it's better than nothing. -1 is better than nothing. Just like Cliff Mountain is really good. -2. So, yes. Snowdrift, really good card. I think this card should have had a gold piece on it. Instead, they put it on Stream, which is more powerful than Snowdrift, and I think that was a mistake. A dragon caught in Snowdrift must pay 1 gold piece to attack. He doesn't have to attack. Stream just drains them of gold every turn. So I think the Snowdrift should have given you a gold, not Stream. Or maybe both of them should give you a gold. But this doesn't do anything to the dragon, so you can say, well, that's kind of weak. Yeah, but if now he can't attack unless he pays gold, and that's devastating. So really good terrain. I would absolutely play this in limited. Absolutely. It's in constructed decks too. Some. This card, remember what I did with Kiss of the Succube? I absolutely do that with this card. If you do what I did with Kiss of the Succube and Red Kangaroo, if you do that with this card, now I might play this card. Kills any dragon that discovers it. Phenomenal. That's better than that. If it just said that, this would be like the best terrain in the game because it's a killer terrain that hits everything. That would be ridiculous. So there has to be a negative. Okay, replace Forest Fire, right? So of course you replace it. Then give it to opponent who can now destroy any card in play. Ow! That's going to blow up in my face. I might take out one of his mediocre dragons and he's going to take out my best freaking card, possibly. I'm not playing this card ever. If it just said, give it to your opponent and destroy any one of your cards in play, you choose. I'm still going to lose a card. It might be a battle position. I might only have battle positions, but if it's a treasure or if I've got a terrain in play, I'll destroy those over a battle position, and I'm killing anything. But I'm not going to kill anything if he gets to kill anything. You say, well, that's like Basilisk. Yeah, but he's in control. He decides. I'm not controlling what. I control Basilisk. I decide when to attack Basilisk, and I keep Basilisk from getting hit. Yeah, they might hit it. And I'll be like, damn it, they might hit it with a mediocre dragon or something that I'm not wanting to kill, like Ozzy Dahaka hits my Basilisk, darn, Ozzy Dahaka's good, but he ain't that good. I want to take out, a really good dragon like Sinoprosope with Basilisk. So Forest Fire, no, we are playtesting this. I choose. I sacrifice the card. I kill your dragon, now I have to sacrifice a card. Give it to opponent? What do I have to give it to opponent for? Here's the card. Oh, what do I do with it? Well, now you kill something. Why am I handing him the card? What a weirdly worded card. All right, so don't play that in limited. Oh my God, don't play that. It will blow up in your face more often than not. It could work. It could win you the game. If it's the last position, you just win the game. Unless you have the last position, then it's a tie because both are destroyed. And then you both lost. You both ran out of battle position, so I guess that's a tie. I think that's how that works. Brushfire. I like Brushfire. I think it's in my treasure deck just because of the theme. 2 gold, and this dragon can't use the effects of any treasure for the rest of the game. Might not matter in limited, might not be a big deal in constructed. It might not be a big deal in constructed, but it could be a big deal. It could be great. I love the design. I would be willing to play 1 in limited just to see what happens, or I'd side them in if my opponent is playing treasures that are really problematic, like, oh, I don't know, Fountain of Youth. Golden Fleece, +2 when attacking. If they're really good, Magic Potion, this dragon can't use the effects of any trade. He can't get help from Magic Potion. This can really hurt your opponent. So I'd probably play 1 if I opened it, and I'd definitely side in if it matters. If they're playing treasures that I'm like, oh crap. Underwater Cave. My initial memory of this is that it's not a very good card, and I made it better. 2 gold is good. Dragon can only attack just like Cave. Can only attack face-up cards for the rest of the game. So you only attack face-up cards. If there are no face-up cards, well, then you attack at -1. I'd rather put a -1 strength modifier on the card that's permanent -1. So why not say -2? Just like what I did with Cave, I'm doing with Underwater Cave. It's okay to play this in limited. You get 2 gold. They can only attack face-up cards, otherwise they're -1 strength. So if you got it all face down, they can attack at -1 strength. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Not playing this in constructed. Never. Cauldron. Good card, limited. Good for basically 1 deck in constructed. Totally play this in limited. Protects against Dragon Slayers. Absolutely. I'd be willing to pay 2 gold for this card in limited, but I'm glad it's only 1. On each of your, I love how they updated it in Kingdom. It doesn't say action on the other cards. On each of your turns, you may turn a dragon in this row face down on each of your turns. Now, I can do that in the first action phase and the second action phase. Pretty sure on each of my turns. Action. I can do this. I think I can do this as many times as I want. It doesn't say I can only do this once per turn. On each of your turns, you may turn a dragon in this row face out. Let me check the ruling on that in the book because I'm curious. Nope, it doesn't say. So, yeah, you can do this as often as you want in your action phase, in both action phases, on each of your turns. Just can't do it on your opponent's turn. So, yes to limited. Yes to constructed, but only in a certain type of deck where you want them down. That's it. No reason to play it in any other deck. It's not good enough. Fountain of Youth, one of the best cards in the game, like Golden Apple. Totally worth the 1 gold. I'd even play it if it was 2 gold, but yeah, battle action. Now this is, again, worded weirdly. 1 dragon in this row can survive a lost battle. As soon as this happens, you discard the Fountain of Youth. Geet says when he wins a battle, he can destroy the Fountain of Youth. I believe the Insider's Guide says I can use this ability before Geets destroys it, which kind of really wrecks Geets. It's like, shouldn't Geets be able to get rid of the Fountain of Youth? Shouldn't Geets? Come on. You win the battle, and my dragon is, the Fountain of Youth is in the row with the dragon that just got beat by Geets, but I discard the Fountain of Youth so my dragon doesn't die, and you're like, wait a second, I beat him. Geets should be able to kill it first. Nope, I don't think so. I think the rule is it stays, and I disagree. Geets should get rid of Fountain of Youth, in my opinion. I would change that. Other than that, I would limit this to 2 cards in constructed. Limited, probably not. I don't think I'd limit it, but I don't know. Who knows? Would I limit it in limited? Yeah. Great card, always playing limited, absolutely. Silver Chalice, well, if you like running out of gold, hey, play it. Battle action, a dragon in this row gains +1 strength when attacking for each gold piece paid. Very powerful, very powerful. And if you're going to play this, if you open this in limited and you play this, boy, you better make sure you don't run out of gold. But it is, how are they going to beat you? That's nasty. Just pay a gold, pay a gold, pay a gold. If you got good gold generation, oh yeah, I'd try it. In constructed, there's so much you can do. There's so many things you could do. I could see where this could just really work great. But man, you will run out of gold fast if you're using this too much. It's like the card Secret Treasure, which we haven't gotten to. I'm sure it's going to come up. Powerful card, but careful. This is one of the most powerful cards in limited. It is good in constructed for my big gold help deck. My big gold help deck, for those of you who are wondering, is basically based around Kathy Keefe's help deck. You can look that deck up on, just Google it. Kathy Keefe's help deck. Keefe, Keefe, I think is how she spelled her last name. Magic Potion is great. Totally worth the 2 gold. But if you lose, both of your dragons die. One dragon in this row can help any other dragon in this battle, in this row in a battle. Can I do that as a second battle action if I have another dragon? I don't know. Kind of weird. I better look it up, because the way it's worded, it sounds like you can't, because it says one dragon in this row, but why can't you do it? Then I'll do it again and have a third dragon in the row help. Let me see. It doesn't say. I think if you had 3 dragons in the row and one's in the battle, I think you could bring in one, and I think you could bring in the other one if you want to. I think so. Not 100% on that one, so if anyone would like to clarify, I couldn't find anything in the Insider's Guide to clarify that. All right, Magic Wand. This card should absolutely be free. I have no idea why they thought this should cost a gold piece. No clue. This card is so weak. It's not unplayable. You can turn your non-flying dragon into a flyer and attack the back row, or attack from the back row. You can attack their card in their front row with it. You can turn it into a flyer. You can also turn your flyer into a non-flyer, which might come up in some niche situations. Like if there's a card that affects flying dragons only, then you can turn it into a non-flyer, so it's not going to be affected by it anymore. But the Magic Wand is not worth 1 gold. Even free, I'm not all that excited about playing this card. And I probably won't play it. I won't play it for 1 gold. No way. I'm not going to play it. And the only time I might cite it in a game in limited where I'm like, oh boy, I really need to be able to. I would have benefited being able to turn that card into a flying dragon or something, or non-flying for some reason. But no, don't bother with this card. It's not that good, and it should be free. Pick a treasure. Absolutely. Oh yeah, we're playing this in limited. Absolutely. Totally worth the 2 gold. Discard this treasure from your battlefield as an action, so first action or second action phase, and put a treasure from your opponent's battlefield in its place. Be sure to return the treasure to its owners after the game. No, I'm keeping it. Now why should I give it back to him? I love that. I love the wording. It's so silly. Be sure to do that now. Yeah, great treasure. Heck, it's even playable and constructed as a sideboard card. I can see it. I can see playing this as a sideboard card. I'm not going to main board it because they might not have any treasures that I want to take. This is a dead card in my deck. But yeah, pick a treasure is great. Play it in limited. Shipwreck, weak card. All terrain in this row gets a -1 strength modifier in addition to any on the card. You could play this in limited, but I'm sure you'll find better cards. We made this -2. Now, we buffed our terrains. Remember what my rule in our play testing. So the terrains are already doing an additional -1 or -1 if they didn't say -1. And this, all terrains in this row gets a -2 strength modifier. And still, it just doesn't come up that much. But yeah, that gets crazy because now you're looking at -4. That's just beyond absurd. But that makes this a really good card. If the terrain is -2 and you hit it, now it's -4. But even at -1, it is now -2, and that's better. It's playable, but you're kind of telegraphing that you're playing a lot of terrains. Now, you could use it as a decoy, and there are no terrains in the front row, and your opponent's going to go, well, attacking with a scout. Good, I wanted you to attack with a scout. I made you think I had, and your terrains are in the back row or something, or you don't even have terrains in play. So it's a playable card, and it's an okay card, but in general, I wouldn't play it. Maybe I cited it. If you got mountain or cliff, now it's -3. In the regular rules, that's really it's significant. So, shipwreck. I love the card though. Look, just look at that card. Isn't that great? What a great design. What a great piece of art. Here we are with Secret Treasure, which is a very powerful card. Absolutely play one in your limited deck. I would. Action, draw one card from your treasure hoard, draw pile for each gold piece you pay. You can do this one piece one at a time. I'm 99% certain you can. I'll pay 1 gold and draw a card. Then action passes to your opponent. They say pass. You go, I'll pay another gold, draw another card, pass to your opponent. You can just keep doing it. And what's great about this is you control it. Just like Silver Chalice, you control it. But I'd rather get a card than give my guy +1. All things being equal, a card is valuable. Secret Treasure can take over a game. Just be careful. You will run out of gold fast if you aren't careful. Great, great treasure, though. Treasure Room, not as good as gold, but hey, when any dragon loses a battle, you get a gold piece. Combine this with Golden Apples and Fountains of Youth, and it's better than gold, the one that says when you win a battle, you get 2 gold. So we did what we did with gold, we did with Treasure Room. Pay 1 gold to play this, and then whenever you lose a battle, any dragon in this row loses a battle, you get 2 gold. Love it. Whether I say this card is going to be 1 gold cost or free, I'm not 100% yet. I decided for now we made it cost 1. But as it is weak. I wouldn't bother with it. 1 gold just isn't enough. But at least in one sense, this is better than gold because it's easier to lose a battle. But how often do you want to lose battles? Only when you got Golden Apples and Fountains of Youth. Otherwise, this is just, it's not, the payoff isn't good enough. It should be 2. Magic Potion, just like Silver Chalice. Battle action, a dragon in this row gains +1 when defending for each gold piece. So Silver Chalice when you're attacking, Magic Shield when you're defending. I'm glad it's free. Very, very, but potentially very, very powerful, but deadly. It's so costly. I don't know. I guess I'd try it in limited if I opened it. I'm like, yeah, might as well try playing it because they're going to have a hard time defeating me, but I'm going to have a hard time maintaining gold. You better play some gold finds in your limited game. You better play gold finds and gold thieves. That's all I'm saying. All right, Snowstorm. This card should not cost 4 gold. Yes, it can be powerful. A player of your choice misses your next turn, but it's not worth 4 gold. This should be 3. Hell, maybe even 2. 2 gold, you miss your next turn. Power Switch is 2 gold. Magnetic Field is 2 gold. Yes, missing your next turn is bad, but not necessarily. Not necessarily. I would make this 3, maybe 2. Now I will play it. At 2, I'll play it. Like if Hero was 1 and Snowstorm was 2, I'll play both. Because now I'm not going to run out of gold. There's a good chance I won't run out of gold. This is so darn expensive. I don't think I'd play it in limited because it's just not good enough. I guess if you're attacking with a scout and you want to attack a second time because you took out the terrain, and then in the second action phase, well, I took out your terrain. Let's attack again. Okay, maybe, but 4 gold, nah. Got to be 3. I'd even consider making that 2 in my Wyvern 2nd edition. All players may rearrange all cards in their battlefield. Not worth it. Not worth it. In the Cauldron deck, yeah, you turn your dragons face down. Now everybody can switch their cards around, and that way they won't know which card is which. They can do it too. It's just, yeah. In the Cauldron deck, yeah, maybe. Maybe in the Cauldron deck you play it in limited. Otherwise, I see no reason to draft this ever in limited. I wouldn't bother with it. Maybe in the Cauldron deck, that's about it. Okay. So Volcanic Hammer was considered too powerful, so they limited it to 1. I don't think there's any limit in limited. As it is an expensive card. You're paying 2 gold to get back a card, which you're now going to have to pay to cast that card. So this will drain you of gold fast. Can be powerful. Can be great. I'm definitely going to play 1 in my limited deck. If I open a second one, I'll probably play it. But I'm got to be very careful. Got to be very careful. All right, Meteor Shower, one of the best cards in the game. It is common. All players discard their hands and draw 5 cards from their treasure or draw pile. Great time to play this is in the second action phase of your opponent's turn. Now everybody has 5 cards. Now it's your turn. You draw to 6. That's the best time to play it when you can do it. Another time when to play it is good when your opponent has more than 5 cards and you have less than 5 cards. That's a good time to play it. So Meteor Shower, great. Play it in Constructed, play it in Limited. Heat Wave. Heat Wave is fine in Limited. It's not great. It's okay. But it can be good with Dragon Slayers. It can be the difference between winning and losing a battle, that 1 point. If you've got a face down dragon that's not going to suffer the strength loss, it's fine, but it's not great. Magical Healing rarely works. Not a very good card. Wouldn't play it in Limited, although I might side it in if I'm hitting terrains and or somehow just getting lots of negative modifiers put on my dragons. Maybe I'd bring it in, but otherwise, nah, don't bother with Magical Healing. In our updated rules, it plays better because the terrains are nasty and we got the seaweed attaching, poison breathing attaching, and Magical Healing gets rid of all of that stuff. So it's better in our games. Power Switch, one of the best cards in the game. Play it in Limited, play it in Constructed. It's ridiculous. Base Strength. See how it doesn't say Base Strength? It's Base Strength. The 2 dragons who started this battle switched strength, base strength numbers to the end of the battle. It's very important that you realize that if you're going to play. Unless you want to play current strength, you can play it as written. You'll see it gets pretty crazy that way. But this is a phenomenal card. Always play that. This is the most powerful card in the game, in my opinion. I'd play it in every Constructed deck because it's the only thing that counters every purple card played. That's really what it says. It counters every purple card played. I thought it only countered action cards. So like it only counters the card that says action, not battle action. I didn't think it countered battle action. I was like, oh my God, this card is insane. We thought it just countered any action card. Then they have to explain it. The action card is discarded with no effect, and magnetic field is also discarded. Yeah, duh. This can be played anytime, even during a battle. Oh, well, that should have clued me in. Can be played even during a battle. Yeah, so it's absurd. I think this game needs a 1 gold cost reaction card that says counter target battle action card just played. That's what I think this game was missing. So Magnetic Field, most powerful card in the game. Play it. It is expensive, and it is totally worth it. Dwarven Army, just like Fire Breathing, it's fine. Play them in your limited game because, +1 matters. +1 could be the difference. Play them. Yeah, nothing more to say about it. It's good in Constructed with Ring of Power from Chameleon. I think it's from Chameleon. Ring of Power makes Dwarven Armies +1 more, and they can't be countered or canceled or something like that, or stolen. I forget what the rule is. Crystal Ball is a weak card, but it's okay. Again, I could play this on my second action phase right before I draw to see which card I want to draw. I could play this on my opponent's at the end of my second action phase, play it on my opponent's turn so that on my opponent's deck. So I'm like, oh, here, let's give him this card. He's about to draw a card. That's the best time to play this card. I would add, like I did with Knowledge, you may pay 1 gold piece if you do draw a card before you do the ability. You may pay a gold, draw a card, then do the 5 thing. So you get a card, it replaces itself, and then you do the thing. That's how I would try doing it. But as it is, play it in the second action phase of your opponent's turn to set up your draw. Play it in the second action phase of your turn to set up your opponent's draw, one or the other. And if you don't like what the 5 cards are, just shuffle, obviously. So, okay card. I'd play 1 in limited. Maybe 2. Maybe. But you lose a card. You're losing a card. So, yeah. Possession spell. Wonderful card. Might not do a darn thing. There's got to be another face-up dragon for you to possess. And once you possess it, that dragon's base strength is now 0, so you can't possess it with a second possession spell. Your opponent can't possess it. Once it's possessed, and this is not a strength modifier. You are taking that dragon's base strength and adding it to your dragon. So that dragon is not in the battle. Possession spell is a wonderfully designed card. Another interesting way to fight in this game. Play possession spell in limited. Probably not in, well, actually, it is in my, there is a constructed deck that I play it in where I also play Possession from Beyond from Chameleon. So Beowulf is fine, takes out scouts, takes out any 0 strength dragon, anyone that's been weakened or, Lindworm or whatever. It's good Beowulf. I wouldn't play more than 2 in my limited deck. Unless I come up against a lot of them, then I might side in more. But that's it. 2 is the most I would play. Battle Chaos is crazy, can be deadly, but you better make sure, you better feel really good about all the dragons you have, because what if your opponent flips up, oh, you're playing Battle Chaos? Okay, and he flips up a 5, 6, or 7 strength dragon. You're like, oh, crap. Or what if he turns up 2 big dragons? So it's risky card, and all the dragons die. Whoever loses, it's a risky card. It's a fun card, and it's fun to play. I would probably go with 1 in my limited deck if I felt good about my dragons. If I had a good array of 3+ dragons. If I didn't, I wouldn't bother. Doomsday. This card is bad. Most expensive card in the game. Potentially can be good, but more often than not, it isn't, and it's not worth it. I'm going to change it for you and make it worth it. All right, all face-up dragons are killed. All players draw 2 cards from their treasure hoard draw pile for each of their dragons killed. So I killed 2 of my dragons and 2 of your dragons. We each get 4 cards, and the dragons are replaced. Why would you do that? Well, if my opponent's paid for got 1 or 2 big dragons up, they've paid for them, boom, they're dead. Now they're replaced. Those dragons are gone, those big dragons that they paid for. Don't want to do that if I've paid for big dragons. I don't want to lose those big dragons. But I do want to draw cards. So if I've got little dragons, like scouts, oh, my scouts die, replaced. I get 2 cards for everyone replaced. That's pretty good, but they're going to get the same thing. Overall, this is not worth 5 gold. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it often doesn't do anything worth bothering with. So how do you make it better? Well, one way, and which I want to try playing, is when you pay this 5 gold, you put it to the side in the gold mine. And let me set this up. So I did this in a video where I was going over my alternate rules. So you pay 5 gold and you drop the 5 gold over here on the side, over here in the gold mine, but you keep it on the side. Maybe you mark it somehow. On each of your draw phases, you take 1 of those gold back, which means in 5 turns, this will effectively cost you 0. At least now it's a little better. You're going to slowly get back your gold. You had to invest the 5 gold, but once per turn, you get it back. And 5 turns is a lot, but that's a little better. I've improved the card a little bit and kind of made it fun where you're getting a gold each turn for 5 turns. I like it. I prefer it. Don't play this card, though. Don't play this card unless you feel really good about getting some good card draw or destroying your opponent's big dragons. Because even if I destroy my scouts, what if I need those scouts? So it's rough. Turn the tables. Love turn the tables. Love turn the tables. 1 goal. You must play turn the tables during your opponent's turn. I decide which card of mine gets attacked. They have to attack if possible. Now, that could still blow up in my face. It might not work. But I just love the concept of this game. I would play this in limited, absolutely. And I play it in constructed. It's in certain decks, like my Dragon Slayer deck. I want them to attack. It turns up their dragon. Even if they take out my terrain, hey, their dragon's face up. I'm going to slay that dragon. So Wyvern Shadow replaced the silver and gold Wyverns. Playing a face-up Wyvern adds +2 strength to the Wyvern for the rest of the game. The only problem is there's only one Wyvern in your deck. I made a deck for Wyvern Shadow, playing 4 copies, and I've gotten my Wyvern Dragon up to a 10. I got 3 Wyvern Shadows attached to it. That was fun, but it's hard to play. You've got to have, meteor showers, whirlpools. You got to be able to draw cards and draw into it, and you've got to be able to play things like Town to get your Wyvern in play. It's just too niche of a card. Not good enough. If there were 4 Wyverns in the game, yeah, this is a good card. I'd like it, but it's a kind of weird card. All right, Vampire. Vampire is good. 1 strength for 3 is horrible. Right, but when it attacks, now it's a 2. Now on defense, you don't want this. You don't want this getting attacked. It's a 1, and you just paid 3 gold. That's horrible. You could lose and just you're down 3 gold, so that's bad. When it attacks, though, 1 strength is taken away from the dragon. So if you hit a dragon, you're now a 2, and they're -1, and there's your 3 gold. 1 for you, one for the strength of the 1 strength dragon, 1 for the strength that you gained, and 1 for the strength that you drained from your opponent. The problem is that you have to make that work, and now you've basically done 3 for 3. That's not great. This is a good dragon because these changes are permanent, and you can keep doing it. Here's what I would do. I would make this a 2 strength dragon, or I would remove one of the gold symbols. Either or. I would even make it flexible so that you could do either one. You choose. You want to pay 3 gold for a 2 strength dragon, or do you want to pay 2 gold for a 1 strength dragon? On defense or on offense, when they attack me and I have to turn this dragon up, do I want it to be a 1 or a 2? Because I'm not getting the ability. I'm probably going to just make it a 1 for 2, probably, because I'm not going to drain any strength. But when I'm attacking, I'm probably, I still might just do the 2, the 1 strength for 2, as opposed to the 2 strength for 3. But now it's better, and I think that's a much better way to design this card. But it's still good. As it is, it's still good. I would draft it. It is a good dragon. It can be very deadly. Every time these changes are permanent. So if you can keep attacking, very, very cool. Especially if you can keep it alive. If you can keep it alive, Knight, Golden Apple, Fountain of Youth, oh my God, Vampire gets nasty. Loki, fine dragon, might play it in limited, but it's not great. You might get a gold. You might win a battle with your 2 strength dragon and get a gold. Sure, maybe. I don't think I have it in any constructed deck. I make this Loki much better. Remove the gold coin. Now it's a 2 strength dragon for 2. If it wins a battle, I get a gold piece. I got to win a battle to get a gold. Why do I have to pay a gold so that if I win a battle, I get a gold? I'm paying a gold so that if I win a battle, I get a gold. If I win 2 battles, now I've made a gold. But I got to win 2 battles with a 2 strength dragon. If you remove the gold symbol, it's a 2 strength dragon for 2. It's Wyvern, 2 strength for 2. If I win a battle, I get a gold. Good. You say, oh no, that's too powerful. You got to pay a gold for that. Okay. Put 2 gold symbols on it. It's 4. Now it sucks. If I win a battle, I get 2 gold. If you're going to make me pay for this initially, give me 2 gold per 1 battle. So the first one, I broke even. As is, with the 1 gold, I'd say I get 2 gold. So with the first battle, I'm up a gold, but now I'm going to get 2 gold every time. But it's still just a 2 strength dragon. That's hard to win. In constructed, this is a better dragon, especially if it's 2 gold. But as is, yeah, I might play it in limited, but it's not that great. It's okay. Yeah. Mo-Oh, same thing. Same problem. It's a scout. Play it. Sure. If you hit a terrain, you get a gold. You got your gold back. If you hit a second terrain, you're up a gold. Why not just make this free? Now it's good. Oh, but why would you play Typhon? Because Typhon, the 0 strength non-flying scout. Well, it's a scout. I'd play Typhon and Mo-Oh together. Mo-Oh's better. Or do what I did with Loki with the you get 2 gold. As it is, I'm paying a gold so that if I hit a terrain, I get my gold back. I'd rather play Typhon because the odds are I'm not going to hit 2 terrains with Mo-Oh. They're going to kill it. But yeah, I'll draft it. No problem. Geats, perfect card. 2 strength flyer for 3. That's okay. He wins a battle. I can get rid of a treasure. Yes, that's worth a gold. It's hard to win. It's just a 2 strength dragon, but that's the right cost. Dragonel, 2 strength dragon for 3. If it wins a battle, I get a card. So Mokabembly Bumblebee Dragon, I lose a battle, I get a card. That's easier to lose a battle, isn't Mokabembly? Yeah, but Dragonel is kind of, if you're going for the win, you're going to get a card. And if you win one battle, it was worth it. You got a card out of the deal. Yeah, it's 2 for 3. It's not great, but the ability, yeah, I like it. But I like Dragonel. I'm gonna play Dragonel. Not necessarily gonna make my deck, but I don't think it's gonna make constructed anywhere. So Tazzleworm. So here's a dragon with an ability, and they didn't put a gold piece on it. Well, of course not. It's Giant Ants can't be played. He's a subterranean dragon, so he can't play Giant Ants. Giant Ants is one rare card in the game. The odds are you're never gonna see it. So what you've got here is a 2 strength dragon for 2. Well, like I said, with Wyvern, make it a 1. We made it a 1. And it's still, there's nothing too powerful about this card. It should cost 1. It's a weak little dragon with no ability. The ability is never going to come up. And in Constructed, this isn't going to do anything in Constructed. Oh, you can't play your Giant Ants. Yeah, you got a 2 strength subterranean. Whoopee. So big deal. This, I call this card pissy because he's pissed that you made him pay an extra gold for this ability. What in the heck? Am I wrong here? So I get a 2 strength dragon for 3. I gain +2. My ability is I gain +2 strength in the battle if I discard a treasure. Isn't that cost enough? 2 strength dragon for 2. If you discard one of your treasures, he gets +2 strength. Is that, I should have to pay a gold for that ability? I have to give up a treasure. It should cost 2. Would I draft this? I mean, would I play this? No. I'm not paying 3 gold for a 2 strength dragon, which is not very good. Unless I have treasures that I don't mind discarding, maybe, but no, I'm not going to play this card. Don't bother with it. It's not that good. Chenlun. I would remove the gold from this guy. 3 strength dragon for 3, and when he's face up, I can't be forced to discard cards from my hand. I'm going to pay a gold for that? I mean, it's okay. The ability's fine. As it is, I'm drafting this card. I'll play this card in limited, even as a 3 strength for 4. But the ability, to me, doesn't merit a gold. As a 3 strength for 3, same with Echidna, 3 strength for 3 with an ability that is decent. I'd rather have Echidna's ability because I'd rather turn a dragon down. But I can see where this could be good, but I don't think it's overpowered at 3 strength for 3. I don't think this merits a gold cost. And in our playtesting, it's a 3 for 3. So there you go. But it's fine and limited. Play it. Ryu's good. Ryu's justified. Hard dragon to make work. It's not easy to make it work, but I think the cost is justified. So it's a 3 strength flyer for 4, and he gains 1 strength for each treasure played in this row when he is face up. He loses his strength if he's turned face down, so you don't want that to happen, but you play him. If there's treasures already in the row, that's not going to do anything. But every time you play a treasure in the row that he's in, you gain strength. I think that means you can move him down to another row, and in the next turn, play another treasure and get another strength. I think when you move him, the strength doesn't go away. He gains for each treasure played in this row. Not that it's in the row, it's played in a row. Once it's played, I think it's permanent. I can move to another row, play another treasure, and get another strength. Meaning you could potentially get this guy up to 7, and if treasures were destroyed, you can play more treasures and he'll keep getting bigger. That's all hard to do. It's all hard to do. There's no reason for any more than 1 gold. I could be wrong about that, but I think you can do that. I think you can manipulate treasures this way. Hard to do, not easy. Absolutely has to be 1 gold cost. Don't think it needs to be 2 gold cost if I'm right. But I play him because he's a 3-strength flyer. Good card. Bait, weak, just like Tazzleworm. Weak archers. There's 1 archers in the game. Now there's 2. He costs 1. That's what I'm doing with this guy. I'm not playing him in limited. I'm not playing Tazzleworm in limited. They're too weak. I'm not playing Wyvern, 2 strength for 2. I'm going to get better dragons than that. Sea Crops, I'm absolutely playing. Just like Ozzy Dahaka, you have a 2 strength flying dragon for 2. No Ravens can be played. Ravens is rare. There's 1 card in the game called Ravens. So just like Bait here, this is Ozzy Dahaka. Unless you open to Ravens, well, the 1 Ravens that you have, you can't play. He's still a 2 flyer for 2, efficient card. Play him. In Little Dragons deck, yep. He'll make it, maybe. I'm going to play Ravens in my flying deck. He's not going to be in my flying deck because I'm playing Ravens in my flying deck. But in a Little Dragon deck, he might be in there. Certainly a neat card. Like him. Giant. Very, very cool card. 5 strength dragon only. See here's the reduced cost. That's how you do it. Giant costs 4 gold pieces when turned face up and loses 1 strength in your draw phase. Each turn he is face up. He goes back, turned to face down. And with the Cauldron deck, you've got a 5 strength dragon for 4 gold. Play it. If you don't have Cauldron, play it. You get a 5 strength dragon for 4 gold. Now, in your draw phase, now he's down to a 4. Still good. You paid 4. Keep fighting. Maybe you'll win a second time. In your next draw phase, he's down to a 3. Still decent. You don't have any way to turn him down? Well, okay, he's going to get bad. Once he gets bad, he's probably going to die. But hey, this guy is good. Yeah, the negatives is negatives, but he's a 5 for 4. And if you can turn him down, he goes right back to being a 5. And you've already paid for him. Great, great card. This card sucks. Don't play this card ever, unless I'm wrong. Somebody wants to point this out to me. So I'm going to pay 1 gold for a 0 strength dragon. I can discard him from my battlefield. So I haven't paid, well, no, you do have to pay for it. Discard him from my battlefield during a battle to give any other dragon +3. If Abraxas is face down when you do this, then pay the 1 gold cost. Oh, so it's a built-in firebolt for 1 gold. That sounds really good. Except I'm losing the battle position. So I'm giving up a battle position. That's insane. And if my dragon still loses, I've just lost 2 battle positions, and all I'm getting is +3. If this was 0 with no gold symbols, and so there's no cost, and I had to discard him and I get +5, I'm still probably not playing this card. No clue what they're thinking here. 1 gold for +3, and you lose the position that Abraxas is in, and you don't know that you're going to win the battle. 0 for +5, I still don't know that I'm going to win the battle, but it's better. This card is so bad. Don't ever play it. And it doesn't make any of my constructed decks either. It's garbage. Ia is potentially nasty and dangerous. 0 strength dragon, pay 1 gold piece to raise Ia's strength for each gold paid. It's kind of like the Silver Chalice and that Magic Shield. It's a weak dragon, but boy, it can take over a game and win you a game. But it can also cost you a game. You'll run out of gold. So buyer beware with Ia. Let me just say it like that. I might try it in a deck because he's free. You know, who knows? Who knows what might happen there? Osiris, yes. 4 strength sub for 4. Play it all the time. Great dragon for limited. Your subterranean deck, of course you're playing him in your subterranean constructed deck. That's about it. Maybe your big dragons deck. There ain't nothing else you're going to play this card in. But yeah, love this card. I don't see a dragon. I see a guy. It looks like a face. I'm confused where the dragon is. I've always been confused by this card, but it's a cool looking card. It's a very cool looking card. Where's the dragon, folks? What am I missing? Is it this thing right here? That's a 4 strength dragon? That must be a hell of a huge thing that the dragon's attached to. I don't really know what's going on there. King Koana. I really like this card. Do I play this in limited? Maybe. So it's a 1-strength dragon for 2, but you're not fighting with this card. You do not want to get into a battle with you. You hope that you don't get attacked. That's the risk with limited. It's a risk in constructed too. You can discard, this is so much better in Abraxas. You can discard Kane Ana from your battlefield instead of a dragon that just lost a battle. So I lost the battle. I'm not going to do this if I've saved the dragon. I'm only going to do this if the dragon's going to die. Instead of my dragon dying, Kane Ana dies. If he is face down when this happens, I have to pay 2 gold for it. So for 2 gold, I save my dragon. That's good. It's good. I always forget about it, though, when I'm playing it. I always forget. It's like, I had Kane I forgot to do it. Because he's face down and I forget. So, I think I'd draft him. I think I'd play him in limited. Why not? Apep, fine. Just like Tarask. He's as good as Tarask. Unless you've got like subterranean tunnels, and then he's basically a super flyer if you have subterranean tunnels, so he's better than Tarask. And now he's even better, slightly better than Tiamat. Of course, that's also with him. If you play subterranean tunnels, but are you going to play subterranean tunnels unless you have at least, 3, at least, I'd say at least 4 subterranean dragons? You're not going to get 4 subterranean dragons in limited. Unless you're opening Phoenix and Chameleon packs too. Then if you get a subterranean tunnels and you've got 4 subterranean dragons, 3 I might do it. I don't think you're allowed duplicates even in limited. Pretty sure you're not allowed duplicates. Am I wrong about that? Can you play 2 Apeps in your limited deck? Are you allowed duplicates? Because I know in the regular game you're only allowed 1 dragon. So let me know if that's the case. Man, we've got a long way to go. This is going to take forever. All right, I get this video done. Indra, 2 strength flyer for 3, can help any dragon in battle. It's only 2 strength, but he can help a dragon. It's not as good as the regular help, but it's good. He can just come in and help. So cool. Would I play him in limited? Sure. Not bad. Pretty decent. Yellow, it's really expensive. 6 gold. You're only going to get back 1 gold per turn. We upped it to 2 in our altered rules, but I'm not play testing it right now because then he's really good. But even at 1, you're getting back a gold every turn, and he's immune to Dragon Slayers. So yeah, you're going to play this card. If you open this card, play this card. But 4 for 6 is rough, but he can't be slain. So cool. Bride Serpent, great card. Totally justified 4 gold for a 3-strength dragon. You win the battle, they got to discard a card at random. That's great. Don't know if he's in any of my constructed decks, but very, very cool card. All right, so now we're up to 157, and that's the greatest, most powerful dragon in the game. Blue, 5 strength, super flyer, 7 gold, immune to Dragon Slayers, can attack any card. Draw an extra card in each of your draw phases that blue is face up. If you open this in limited, enjoy. This is in, I could put this in any constructed deck. It's one of the most powerful dragons in the game, period, end of story. White, very cool card. 4 strength flyer for 6, immune to Dragon Slayers. When he's face up, your opponent can't play treasures. Might not do a damn thing, but it can be very devastating to your opponent. So very cool. I like them. Again, with black, you want to make this devastating. In our play testing, you lose 2 gold per turn. That's just wicked. As it is, it's great. 4 strength sub for 6, immune to Dragon Slayers. Your opponent's going to lose 1 gold on each of their draw phases. On their phase, not yours. So he kicks in and he will drain them. But boy, if you make it 2, like if I make this 2 and this 2, you're talking some nasty stuff. If I'm playing these in limited all the time. Absolutely, if you open these are rare. You'll be lucky if you get one. So this guy, he costs 8, but I'm still playing him in limited. But 8 is absurd. You got to be real careful. But not only does he immune to Dragon Slayers, all your battle actions get +1. So that's what our rule is in our playtesting. That's what red gets. Powerful, powerful dragon in limited. Not as powerful in constructed, but still good. He's in my big dragons deck, big help deck, things like that. Very, very cool card. Mount Chung is so hard to deal with in limited. Play this card all the time in limited. 3 strength for 4, and you have to pay 2 gold to cancel the battle. Geez, that's 7 gold. Yeah, but every battle you can just pay 2 gold to cancel. This is so hard. He's so hard to kill. If you've got the gold, you could win the game because of him. If you've got the gold. So be careful with that. Ananta, we got rid of the gold in this in our playtesting. Much better dragon. 3 strength for 4 with a minor ability that doesn't come up that often is not worth the gold. At 3, this is a fine dragon. At 4, he's okay. He's still a 3, but how many times are you going to get into a battle with a subterranean dragon? In limited, almost never. You might. It could come up. It could come up. Osiris, Apep, those guys. But not much else. He's not in any of my constructed decks. Delphine, great dragon. One of my favorite scouts. I think he's the 3rd best scout in the game, and I just love the scout. Flying dragon, when I hit a terrain, I get a card. What could be better? Totally justified in the cost. You'd be silly to make him free. So yeah, that card's great. This card is Guivir, and he's a sub. Don't play him. Unless you have subterranean tunnels, maybe. But otherwise, no. I don't even know if he's in my subterranean dragon deck. He might be, but he's not good. And this guy's even worse. He's a 1. This is Colchis as a subterranean dragon. Pitiful. Make this guy. I make this guy cost 1. I make this guy cost 0, and they're still bad. That tells you all you need to know about those dragons. They're just not worth it. All right, Ladley Worm. Love Ladley Worm. 1 strength for 2. Ouch. When she loses a battle, just like Bride Serpent wins a battle, when she loses a battle, you have to discard a card at random. It's a lot easier to lose a battle. Keep saving them. Keep her alive, and they're going to lose their mind. They got to lose a card at random. Ladley Worm can devastate your opponent. Totally justified the gold cost. Great dragon. I think she might be in one of my constructed decks. Not sure. So Ceto's good. You get a 4-strength dragon, 4/5, just like Loki. You got to pay the gold for that first gold piece. I don't know if that's worth it, but it is a 4-strength dragon, so it's a little bit more worth it here because you've got a big dragon who can win battles easier. And 4 for 5 isn't as bad ratio-wise as 2 for 3. So this one, the gold, I think the gold here is justified. I would probably leave it alone. And every time I win a battle, I'm going to get a gold piece. You got to take out my 4-strength dragon, or I'm just going to keep getting gold. So I like Ceto plenty. And I think he is in my big dragons deck, maybe. I'm not sure. Lotan, oh my God, this card is so good. Dangerous, though. Be careful. Make sure you're attacking with Lotan, because if you're not... no battle action cards can be used by either side in battle with Lotan. Make sure you're attacking. If you're winning, if it's a tie or lower, battle ends. Interceptors could wreck you. In limited, I'm playing this card. You're going to take out that dragon of 3 or less strength automatically, just like that. Hope that they don't hit me with a 3-strength dragon. Hopefully they don't accidentally attack my guy, my Lotan, with a 3-strength dragon, and I lose the first time. Now, once he's up, they're going to come after it with a 3 or better and just kill it. So he's not great, but he is powerful. Very good card. Totally playable for constructed and good in limited. Here's your 0-strength subterranean scout. Play it. It's Typhon. It's a subterranean. Play it. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's in my scout deck. Here's the biggest dragon, the Jormungandr, but flying. This thing is ridiculous in limited. Play it. It's in my big gold help deck. It's in my big dragons deck. It's a really, really good dragon. 7-strength flying behemoth. Oh my God. Aaron's Rod is not a good card. Battle action. First you get pay 1 gold and say, oh, well, okay. And battle action, a dragon in this row gains +1 strength for each card you discard from your hand. You're going to run out of cards so fast. Unless you've got Meteor Shower. If you got Meteor Shower in your hand, oh, this is a great card. Because now all those cards can just be discarded and get +1 strength, and you play Meteor Shower and get 5 again. But if you got Frey on the battlefield, Aaron's Rod and Frey, that is probably the sickest combo in the game. On its own, it's not very good. It is good for winning a battle. Maybe you could win 2. I'm not sure about that. But then you're running out of cards, and if you don't have a way to get back those cards, Aaron's Rod is just you're going to end up losing. So it's not very good. But they kind of had to make it cost a gold. Not going to play this in limited, I don't think. If I open this, I don't think I'm going to play it. It is in my treasure deck. That's about it. Dragon Mother. God, I love the way this card looks. And it sounds like it's good, but it's just not. When Dragon Mother is in play, the top card of all treasure hoard draw piles is always face up. If it was just your opponents, that would be something, but they get to see what you're drawing too. I don't see the point of this card. I don't see how this benefits me to play this card. Maybe I'm missing something. So if anyone knows, let me know. Dragon Bones is kind of neat. It's free action. Pay 1 gold piece to remove as many cards as you want from one dragon in this row. Yeah, but how often is it going to come up? How often are you going to have 2 or more cards? Village will get rid of a card for you as an action. Magical Healing will get rid of all negative modifiers, all things that weaken the dragon. If there's 8 cards on the dragon and they all weaken the dragon, Magical Healing gets rid of all of them. This does it for a gold. Yeah, it's kind of a neat thing, but it's not going to come up much. I probably wouldn't play it in my limited deck unless I felt I needed it, and then I'd side it in maybe. Dragon Skin. When replacing any card in your battlefield, so you're swapping out, draw 2 cards from your Dragon Lair draw pile. Discard the card you don't use. Potentially a very effective card. You get to look at 2 cards. You get to pick the one you want to swap out with, but you discard the other one. You could run out of cards. I might want to play a 30-card Dragon Lair deck with Dragon Skin. Don't know if I'd play this in limited. I might try it to see how it plays, but it's really more of a constructed card. Same with this, I think. Tablets of Destiny. During each of your draw phases, you may pay 1 gold piece and call out a card. Opponent must discard any of the card you called out if he has it. So now you can play Knowledge. Then you can use your Knowledge to make them discard cards. It's an interesting card. I wouldn't play it in limited, but it's an interesting card to play. There might be a constructed way to make it fun. I'm not really sure. Dragon Ashes, don't play this in limited. During each of your draw phases, you may pay 1 gold piece and discard the top 3 cards of your opponent's treasure hoard draw pile, that 50 card deck or whatever many cards are in that deck. No, don't do this. I'm not sure where this card works well, but it's clearly constructed for something. I'm not even sure. Don't play it in limited. God, no. Dracontius. Got to pay a gold. Dragons in this row cost 1 less gold when turned face up. Wish it didn't cost a gold. Don't see why it needs to, but I mean, you benefit after you've turned up 2. Yeah, I don't think that should cost a gold. I think it should be free. I think I'd play it in my limited deck, though, if I opened it. I'd try it, because why not? Make my dragons cost less. Ultimately, it ends up saving me gold, and the first one is a kind of a wash. So, okay. But yeah. I might play it in. It might be in a constructed deck. I'm not really sure. Vishnu, another crazy 4 gold cost. A face-up dragon of your choice must be turned face down. This dragon will have to be paid for again the next time it is turned face up. Sideboard this card in if they're playing 6 and 7 strength dragons. There you go. That's about the only time I'm even considering spending 4 gold to do this. Cool, though. Cool card. Great looking card. Interesting card. Indra Spell, no. Counters any weather-related action card. Heat wave, high winds, flood, etc. can be used during a battle. How often is that going to come up? Not very often, but it does counter high winds. It's a sideboard card. If they're playing heat waves, flood, they're going to play flood. I mean, maybe they will, but no, this is not a very good card at all. It's a strange counter card. Apollo, absolutely all the time, play it. Limited, constructed, great card. During battle, pay a gold, draw 2 cards. Great card. Play it. You can't go wrong with that card. Cadmus, absolutely I'm playing 1. Maybe I'll play 2 in my limited deck. Not many flyers in the game. There's a decent chance you'll run into 2. I wouldn't play more than 2. Definitely playing 1. Absolutely playing 1. Cadmus is great. Any flying dragon for 2 gold. This card is way too expensive. There aren't enough subterranean dragons in the game. This is not a good card. Don't play this card. Way too expensive to take out any subterranean dragons because there's so few of them. Want to make this card better? I did in our playtesting. Cost 1 gold. Kills any subterranean dragon and any dragon of strength 1 or less. Sigurd is 2 or less. Now this costs exactly what Sigurd costs. Takes out only 1 strength dragon, so it's not as good, but it takes out any subterranean dragon, so it's potentially better. That is so much better. Thor is now a playable card the way I did it. How hard was that to figure out? 1 gold slays any dragon of 1 strength or less and any subterranean dragon. As is, I'm not playing this card. I will only side it in if I see more than 1 subterranean dragon from my opponent that I want to slay. So Apep and Osiris. Okay, maybe I'll bring it in. Poisonous Air. All players lose 1 gold piece for each. God, I am never going to... Jeez, this is going to take forever. All players lose 1 gold piece for each face-up dragon in their battlefields. Could be good. I wouldn't start it. Wouldn't bother with it. In the gold draining deck, sure. Sure, play it in the gold draining deck. That's about it. Perendi's Tree. This card is ridiculously overcosted. You're going to pay 2 gold so that the card you play it on can't be attacked? 2 gold. We said free. For free, I might play it. Or we say for 2 gold, we were talking about permanently attaching it, but I misunderstood the card because this is any card. It's not any dragon. It's the card you play on. It could be a terrain. So I can see in a niche situation where you might want to play this, but I'm not paying 2 gold for this effect. I'm just not. So I would make it free. Cost of card. It's got to be at least reduced to 1, but that's just me. So don't play this card unless you think it's going to help you in some niche situation. Martha Bethany's fine. I could see where this should be. Maybe could be free. Maybe it should be free, but either one, it's still fine. You play it on a face-up dragon. The dragon's immune to Dragon Slayers. And limited, that's good. Good card. Not a great card. Good card. Decent card. Marduk, great card. You have a 3-strength dragon. I play Marduk. I attack with my dragon of 3 or more strength. Battle's over. I won. Your guy dies, unless you can save it with golden apples or fountains of youth. Marduk is great. Great card. Doesn't always work, but it is a great card. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it. Ra is a useless card unless your opponent is playing Knight or they have Mount Chung. Otherwise, never play this card. It's completely useless and will not do a darn thing. This card is wonderful. Seth, the Dragon Slayer that slays terrains. Not as good in limited, though. Attacks opponent's face down card. Turn the attack card face up. If it's a terrain, it's discarded. If it's destroyed, it should have said destroyed. If it's a dragon, it stays face up and is not paid for. In my Dragon Slayer deck, I play this. I don't care that it's turned face up and not paid for. It doesn't matter to me that you got a free dragon. I'm going to slay it eventually. Now it's face up. And then this takes out the terrains that my Dragon Slaying deck can't take out. This is a must in my Dragon Slaying deck. In limited, I'll play it. I might take out a terrain, but there's a risk. I might give you a big dragon for free. Ouch, I don't want to do that. So it's not as good in limited. It's a little risky. Zeus is not a very good card. In a niche, in a terrain deck, you might want to play it because you don't want them attacking with scouts. This card should say draw a card, I think. It should say something. As it is, it's not good. Don't play it in limited. It's not really worth it. I don't recommend it at all. Okay, Hercules. Hercules is a sideboard card when you need to get rid of dragons that are immune to Dragon Slayers. The Hercules you played on the dragon, they're no longer immune to Dragon Slayers. Totally worth the 1 gold cost, sure. Don't play this in limited. You side it in. It only matters in certain situations. Pitch is better than Indra's Spell. The dragon that Pitch is played on loses 2 strength for each fire battle action card played on him instead of gaining strength from the fire cards. Fire Breathing, Fire Ball, Fire Bolt. Should have said Fire Bolt too. That is actually pretty darn good. So they play the cards. You can wait and see if they play more, but if you pass and they pass, the battle ends. So you better have another play. If you want to hold off on Pitch, you better have another card to play. Otherwise, the moment they play Fireball, boom, Pitch. Oh, you thought it was +4? No, it's -2. So yeah, Pitch can be very, very powerful. But only in the right play. And then limited, I'd play it. I'd play it because the odds are they're going to have a Fire Breathing, Fire Bolt, or Fireball. They're going to have at least 1 or 2 of those cards, if not 5 or 6. So yeah, good card in limited. Not in constructed. Maybe as a sideboard, possibly. Sabra. Sabra is played in response to the play of St. George. So we've got the treasure girl, says St. George can't take out a treasure except her. And now we have, and if you do play St. George, I get 2 gold and I get to remove any treasure in play. That's good. I can only remove your treasure from play. Okay, that's a good card. But it's a sideboard card. I'm only bringing it in if I see you playing, 2 or more St. Georges in your deck. It's a sideboard card and constructed too, because how often are you going to play St. George? So, cool design though. King Arthur, 2 gold. Any Dragon Slayer played this turn can't be countered. Don't play this in limited ever. Well, that's not true. They have Marina. But I'm not paying 2 gold for this. I'm paying 1 gold for this. This is too expensive. I have this in my Dragon Slayer deck, but I only have 1 or 2 copies in my Dragon Slayer deck. I'm not playing 4 copies of this. It's way too expensive. If it was one, because you're losing a card, just so that your Dragon Slayers won't be countered. It's not a well thought out card. Ilyankas, 3 strength, flying dragon for 4 when he's 1 of 2 dragons starting a battle. No help is allowed by either side. That is a completely useless ability unless your opponent has the ability to bring in help, and then it is totally worth 4. Otherwise, it should only be 3. Pay 1 gold when Ilyankas battle action. No help is allowed. There you go. Make it a battle action that you have to pay a gold for to stop help. That way it's a 3 strength flyer for 3. Do I play this card in limited? Sure. 3 strength flyer for 4 is fine. I'll play it. It's fine. And help might come up. It might come up and hey, I can at least stop the help. So sure, it's okay. Valley, action, pay 1 gold. Play this on a face-up dragon. This dragon cannot get or give help this turn. Yeah, there are situations where this will be beneficial, but overall, this is not a very good card. I'm only going to side it in. I'm not going to start with it in limited, and I don't think I'm going to play it in constructed. But it's an interesting card to have in the game. Stream, possibly the best terrain in the game. You get 1 gold. The dragon's owner must pay 1 gold piece to the gold mine each of his draw phases that the stream is on the dragon. Just drains them like black. It's nasty, nasty terrain. Absolutely play this in limited and constructed. Gully, no help is allowed by either side in any battle this turn. Don't play this card in limited except to side it in against help decks. Do not play this at all. It's no good. We added draw a card in our playtesting so that you can play it in your deck, and at least you can, if nothing's going on, well, I'll just play Gully and draw a card. Much better. Castle, yes. +3 strength modifier for 1 gold. Yes, in our playtesting, it's +4, which is even better, but you can only play it when defending in a battle. That's fine. That's good. Not as good, but that's why it's +3 for 1. So on defending, it's really, really good. Play this in combination with the Dragon Ogancho. Oh my goodness. Great, great card. City should be free, but under certain circumstances, it is worth playing this card. Dragon of your choice can be turned face down. We already talked about how I would do it. But in our playtesting, City is now free, and now it is a decent card. As it is, I would normally never play this card. Not paying a gold piece just to turn a dragon down, unless I needed to, in which case I'll side it in if I have it in my sideboard, which in limited you do. It's in the cards that you've opened. Village, remove any 1 card from a dragon. Perfectly playable card. Not a great card, might never come up, but at least you've got that thing. You can get rid of that card if you need to. So yeah, it's a decent card. Town, I love Town for my Dragon Slayer deck. It's an absolute must for my Dragon Slayer deck. It's good for native terrain decks. You may replace 2 dragon or terrain cards in your battlefield this turn and still do a Dragon Slayer action. You don't have to, or a battle action. You can still slay a dragon or go to battle. It's crazy. 1 gold. It's not a phenomenal card. It's not all that good in limited, but it's playable in limited. I might try one copy, but it's in my Dragon Slayer deck, like I said. And it's certainly good in native terrain decks. Really nice card. Beautiful design. Abbey. Love Abbey. 2 gold. Oh, you're playing Golden Apples and Fountains of Youth? Okay, I'm playing Abbey. I'm siding this in. Do I play this in the game one of a limited? Yeah, probably, because they probably have golden apples and fountains of youth. So why not play one Abbey? Would I play two? Maybe. You get 2 gold, and now their golden apples and fountains of youth won't work. So yeah, it's a good card, good terrain that deals with that. Trap is good but expensive. This dragon now belongs to you. You stole the dragon. That's phenomenal. That's like Island does that. It stays on the trap in your battlefield. Pay 2 gold each of your draw phases to keep the dragon. If trap is removed, or you don't pay the gold, like if it's removed with village, or you don't pay, the dragon goes back to original owner's battlefield and trap is discarded. Here's what you do. You steal the dragon. Now it's your turn. Pay your 2 gold, swap it out. Get rid of it. Don't risk losing it. You stole their dragon. They lost the battle position. Play this card in limited. And then on your turn, swap it out, man. Unless you feel real confident that they're not going to get rid of it. Hurricane. Play this every time in limited. Kills any flying dragon. Put it in your back row. Leave it in your back row. And there you go. If it gets in your front row, swap it out. If your back row is gone, get rid of this thing. Hurricane, phenomenal. Just like Trap, Island is phenomenal. It's better than Trap. Any flying dragon now belongs to you. Put it in your back row. Only flyers are going to hit it, most likely. Dragon stays on Island. There's no cost in your battlefield. If Island is removed, dragon goes away. There's no cost like there is with Trap. This card's way better. You could just swap it out again because you don't want to risk, but at least you don't have to pay gold. You might want to hold on to it. Just keep attacking with their dragon, because what do you care? And eventually you can swap it out if they don't get a hold of it. But Village will get rid of it, so Village will be nasty. Ruins is cool. I like Ruins. Kind of think it should give you 2 gold, but if this dragon is turned face down, it must be paid for again when it's turned face up. So now you're going to play City. So give me 2 gold with Ruins, because I got to pay 1 gold for City. Give me 2. But regardless, yeah, I'll play this card, and I'll play City now. The one time I'll play City in limited. And I think that, this is in my native terrain Ruins deck, where the native terrain dragon is Ruins. That's it. Subterranean River, I actually won a game because of this card, because I plopped it on Celestial, sat in the back row, and just won. One battle after another. He couldn't kill it. Dragon is now a Subterranean Dragon and can attack any card as long as Subterranean River is on him. It is discarded if the dragon is turned face down. It's not a great card. It's just an okay card, but it effectively makes your dragon a super flyer. So it's playable. I would play 1, especially if I've got a big old dragon that I can just plop this on and just sit back there, and it's going to be harder for them to get at it. Subterranean Goldmine, probably never going to play this in the limited unless you end up with enough Subterranean Dragons. In Constructed, this goes in your Subterranean Dragon deck. There you go. +1 strength. All of your Subterranean Dragons, +1 strength when attacking. And it's free. It doesn't even cost anything. Think about that compared to Sword. So they know how limited Subterranean Dragons are in this game. This is so much better than Sword. So, of course, this goes in your Subterranean Dragons deck, and now it's a good card. Subterranean Lair. Any Subterranean Dragon is now yours. Well, that's never going to come up. You're not going to play this card unless you can swap it out like in my rule. Or if you also add a -1 strength modifier and a gold piece to it, like in my play testing. We did that, and it made it a little better of a card. It's now the dragon stays on the Subterranean Lair in your battlefield. If it's removed, it returns to the owner. Right, you steal it and then you swap it out. Subterranean Lair is just never going to work because there's not enough Subterranean Dragons to make it a viable card. City in the Sky, so don't play that card. City in the Sky, 1 gold. All your flying dragons gain +1 strength when attacking. So this costs 1 gold. This is free, but that's because there's more flyers than Subterranean Dragons. That's why. So great card. Play it in your flying deck. Play it. If you have enough flyers in your limited, sure. If you got 4 more, I'll do it. If I got 4 more flying dragons that could benefit from that +1 when attacking, sure. Subterranean Tunnels, only if you got enough Subterranean Dragons to make it worth it. Otherwise, this is a completely useless card, and there aren't enough Subterranean Dragons unless you're playing Phoenix and Chameleon packs. If you're opening those packs, then you've got a better chance of this doing something. Oh yeah, Dwarven Goldmine, number 212. Play this in your treasure deck. Don't think there's any other place to play it. Place this card next to an existing treasure position. This makes a new position for treasure. You may play any treasure on the Dwarven Goldmine. If the Dwarven Goldmine is removed, so is any treasure on it. So it creates a new treasure position, which is okay, but if you use it in conjunction with the Master Ring, you have unlimited treasure positions, and that's where you play it. You don't play that in limited. You could. You could play it to give yourself a 5th treasure position. I can see maybe where you might try it, something like that. Dragon Man, 2 gold. If 2 dragons of the same name are face up on the battlefield, you decide which one is immediately replaced from the player's draw pile. So if my opponent has a Wyvern face up and I have a Wyvern face up, I can remake them replace their Wyvern. I am not playing this card. The odds of it happening are low. I have to play 2 gold to make them replace that card. No. Cool looking card though. Great, Library of Nineveh. Pay 1 gold. You cannot be forced to discard any cards from your hand. So this is the Chen-Lung Dragon ability, that 3-strike dragon. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know if it's worth a gold or not, and I don't think I'd play it in limited, but not sure where I'd play it in constructed. Hall of Chivalry is a pretty good card for 2 gold. Put the Hall of Chivalry on a face-up dragon. This dragon must attack this turn. If he can't legally attack, then it must be replaced. Play during opponent's turn. Okay, what happens on the next turn? Does this stay? Put Hall of Chivalry on a face-up dragon. That implies it stays. This dragon must attack this turn. Okay, if he can't legally, then he must be replaced. So if you're playing this to force him to swap it out, you're paying 2 gold, which is kind of like what you did here. But at least this is just any face-up dragon. This is like, when is that going to happen? Play this on any face-up dragon and you're forcing them to swap it out if they can't attack. Like it's a non-flyer in the back row, for example. Or you stop them from attacking. You don't want them to attack. This is better than Perindi's Tree. I might make it 1 gold, but it's pretty good. I'd try it in limited if I opened it. It's a rare. Windsock Banner. Nope, not going to play this in limited unless I open 1 archer. No. All your archers gain +1 and cannot be stopped by any battle action or reaction cards. This is in my archers deck. This card is amazing in your archers deck because you have archers and royal archers. That's 8 strength modifiers that get +1 bonus, can't be stopped by any action or reaction cards. So steel strength, armor, nothing. Magnetic field, nothing. 1 gold all day long. That's a great card. For constructed only. Subterranean Treasure. Sure, if you got Subterranean Dragons, this card is great. 2 gold. All your Subterranean Dragons can help each other. This is better than Magic Potion. They can all help each other. So this is a must in my Subterranean Dragon deck. It is not good anywhere else. Don't ever play this card. Unless you've got like 6 Subterranean Dragons, maybe. So they can all help each other. Okay. The Gambler. Action, guess whether you will discover a terrain or dragon when you attack a face-down card this turn. If you're right, you get 2 gold. If you're wrong, you lose 2 gold. Oh, so you're going to gamble to get 2 gold. I want 3 gold. I lose 1, I get 2. Risking 2 gold to get 2 gold? Yeah, I'm not going to play this in limited. I don't think I'm going to play this in anything, but there has to be a better payoff. If the risk is losing 2 gold, I should get at least 3 if I get it right. I don't know. That's just me. But it's not a good card. Feast, great card for constructed. All dragons of 4 or more base strength lose 2 strength for as long as the feast is in play. Side this in limited if you see them playing lots of big dragons, but your dragons are affected too. So I don't see this working in limited too often. But yeah, great card against Big Dragons deck. Or in your Little Dragons deck to stop their Big Dragons. Speaking of in your Little Dragons deck, Growth Spurt, 1 gold, all dragons of 2 or less strength. All, yours and your opponents, just like Feast, all dragons. Gain +2 as long, but +2 strength. That doesn't change their base strength, I don't think. Dragons of 2 or less base strength gain +2 strength as long as growth spurt is in play. So I assume the base 2 strength dragon has a current strength of 4, and I assume his base strength is still 2. Pretty sure. I have to double check. If that's the case, yeah, this is playable and limited under the right circumstances. It's great and constructed in your little dragons deck, just like Feast is. Not sure if it's all that good in limited. It just depends on what kind of dragon. If you got enough little dragons, then it's probably worth it. Treasure Thief, excellent card for limited. Play it. 2 gold, all treasures are destroyed. Unless you're playing a lot of treasures and you don't want them destroyed, but I'd still cite it in under certain circumstances. Very good card. Underground Avalanche, never play this in limited. Strength modifier -2, 2 gold applies only to subterranean dragons. Forget it. In my game, it's much better. It's either swapped out or the modifier is pumped up more. It's a -1 regardless of any dragon. -1 and 1 gold if a non-subterranean dragon gets it. -3 and 3 gold if a subterranean hits it. So in my games, it's better, but in this game, no, don't play it. Place your bets. Nope, not playing this card. Well, maybe, but I don't think so. You are betting 1 gold? I'm betting 1 gold that I'll win this battle. You must see that bet or concede the battle. Well, if they've got no gold, they can't concede the battle. That's about the only time this card is worth playing. How often is that going to come up? Not worth enough to put it in your deck. Don't bother with it. Silly card. Make it 2 gold. It's a little better. Make it risk betting 2 gold. All bets are off. Another card. This is not worth playing. No gold can be gained or lost as a result of this battle. This includes gold from treasure cards, treasures, action cards, or dragon abilities. Yeah, it's too niche, and yeah, it's going to stop them from gaining gold, but nah. Don't play this unlimited. I can see maybe sideboarding it in if they're getting gold like constantly, like they're playing. No, it's a result of the battle, so it's not even about Gold Thief. But nah, I wouldn't bother. Gold Thief, take 1 gold piece from any player's gold mine. We add, and also take 1 from the gold mine. So you get 2, your opponent loses 1. Now it's a good playable card. As it is, it's okay. You can play it in limited. Takes a gold from your opponent, so it's okay. Decent, nothing great. Catch a Thief only if they're playing Treasure Thief, Gold Thief, then you side this in. Otherwise, you never play this. Yeah, I think it stops pick a treasure too. Play a Gold Thief card and gives you 1 gold piece on the gold. Also, no, I guess it doesn't counter. It doesn't counter pick a treasure. See, it should, but oh well, it doesn't. Gold Shortage. Oof. Great card for your gold draining deck. Absolute play in your gold draining constructed deck. All players take 2 gold pieces. You lose 2 gold pieces. Dangerous card to play in limited. I wouldn't do it. And maybe side it in if you're doing really good in gold and your opponent isn't. Yeah, maybe you punish them some more. This card I'll play in limited. We both get 2 gold. Good. I need gold. Yeah, I'm giving it to my opponent too. We added, you get 3 gold. We changed it to you get 3, your opponent gets 2. Now it's an even better card. Steel Strength, great card. If you open it, it's rare. It's armor, but you steal it. Play in response to a battle action card with strength modifier. You can place the battle action card on a dragon of your choice in the battle. You can only do that though if it applies to the dragon. If you're stealing their giant ants, you can't add it to your dragon, unless your dragon is a subterranean. I think with castle, you can't take castle because you're not defending. Pretty sure that's the case. So in those cases, I say it works like armor regardless. I'm not sure if that's the wording here. You can place the battle action card on a dragon of your choice. See, it doesn't say anything about countering. I would say it counters the strength modifier if you can't play it. But if it's not that in this game, you're still going to play it. They're not going to have giant ants. They're not going to. Almost every strength modifier they play in limited, you can play. You can just steal it, and it's just going to be devastating for them. So yeah, play that card. Archers is rare. It's not going to come up, but if it does, sure. You can only be playing it when you're defending, cannot play it on a flying or subterranean dragon. So non-flying, non-subterranean dragons, +2 strength modifier. Perfectly fine card that will rarely come up, and so it's not going to matter. It is played in my archers deck, and that's it. Same with my giant ants. It's played in my subterranean deck, and that's it. Absolutely, if you play this, if you open this, if you've got 3 or more subterranean dragons, sure, I'll play it. Otherwise, no, not going to waste my time. Ravens is probably going to be played because you've probably got enough flyers in the deck to make it worth it. +2 for free. It's good. And the odds are they won't have hawks, which will stop the ravens, because that's rare too. Fog, no archers. He can be used in battle. This is a rare card. It's not going to come up, and don't play it because you'd only side it in if they have archers. That's it. It's just not going to matter. Same with giant anteaters. No giant anteaters can be used in this battle. Not going to come up. Don't worry about it. This is a sideboard card at best. Same with hawks. No ravens can be used in the battle. These are rare cards that will rarely come up, and they won't matter in limited. Don't ever play them unless your opponent is playing ravens. Then you can bring it in from your sideboard. And it's not played in constructed, I don't think, at all. Frozen assets, 3 gold. This better be really good for 3 gold. Player of your choice cannot spend any more gold on action or battle action cards this turn. That can be a powerful effect. It could do nothing because you don't know what's in their hand. If you know what's in their hand, maybe there's a good time to play this. I am not paying 3 gold for this ability that works for 1 turn. This should be 2 gold at most. I'm going to lose 3 gold, and they can't spend gold on action or battle action cards? Boy, I better be able to see their hand and know what they have before I even consider playing it. But no, this isn't worth it. Don't bother with this card. Just ignore it for the most part. Lightning is okay, like Subterranean River. You turn the dragon into a flying dragon. Now it can attack as a flying dragon. Subterranean River is better. But it's okay. You can also play this on your opponent's dragon and then slay their dragon with Cadmus, the Dragon Slayer. That's a nice use of lightning with Cadmus. Otherwise, it's not a very good card. Don't bother with it. It's very niche. It only works in certain places. This is too dangerous. I wouldn't play this in limited. 1 gold. Both players add the top card from their Dragon Lair. It doesn't say add top card. Dragon Lair draw pile to battle. Dragons must be paid for and their strength added if terrain affects opponent's dragon. Terrain owner gets any gold on terrain card. All cards drawn are discarded after battle. This might benefit your opponent more than you. It's too risky. It's a niche card that I think I tried playing it in my help deck just for fun. Just for fun. This card is not played anymore. It's not allowed. You can't play it. If you opened it, you get a free pack if you opened it in a tournament. I think it's an interesting card, but it is odd. All cards starting battle face down, stay face down, and all battle action cards. Oh, so the cards starting battle. So if your card that they're attacking you, it stays face down. Oh, you played this as an action. So they don't even know what's attacking because they can't see what's attacking or what's defending. And all battle action cards are played face down. After all cards are played, they are revealed in the order played. All battle action cards must be paid for, even if terrain card was discovered. This is a very weird card. I see why they banned it because it's very confusing and very difficult to play. But someone I met once said, I love playing invisibility. I set it up or I bluff or blah, blah, blah. And he said he loved it. He loved playing it. And I would like to try playing it. I've never tried playing it. It seems like a really fun card. But it is kind of silly too. All right, that is my review. Oh my God, 3 hours and 18 minutes. Hope you enjoyed it. Love to hear your thoughts. Not sure what I'll be doing next with Wyvern. We'll see how it goes, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.